the best-of-5 series, obviously the scoring system that we're using this weekend can be a little confusing at first. If you haven't been watching with us, we'll try our best to continue explaining it. But basically, each map carries a maximum of 2 points per team. That's really all you kind of need to know moving forward here. And we'll keep you up to date with the math as we progress and let you know how many more games there will be. Because it could be 3, 4, or 5 maps total, depending on how dominant one team is over the other. And Team Liquid, earlier this tournament, already in the winner's bracket, has played against Gale Force, and Team Liquid was victorious. So we'll see if Gale Force can change their fortunes.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't know who has the edge in this matchup, as we've seen Gale Force play incredibly well. Especially wanted to call out the TJO brothers. Man, they have been playing out of their minds, especially Nicholas has really been impressing me. He's got a lot of diverse characters in his repertoire, and not just the hit scan characters that we thought that we were going to see from him, but also Pharah, also Genji, and right now it looks like Junkrat as well.
Starting out, Junkrat on defense, King's Row. We've seen him a number of times here today. Actually, one of the more popular picks. Not even a Widowmaker, just Junkrat is kind of the staple we've seen.
Yeah, kind of interesting. No Widowmaker at all for Gale Force Esports on defense.
And even on offense, we see Widow sometimes. Yeah. Not the case here.
Actually, very frequently we see Widow on offense, especially on this map, really come into the meta quite a bit. But no Widow on defense here to start things off as we get the loser bracket finals started.
But yeah, let's get hype. We got 2 great teams here, Team Liquid versus Gale Force, and the doors are open. We've got 4 McCrees on the field, so let's get hype for some
surprise.
Flash and
lots
fan.
and lots of Cowboys in play at this point in time. We got 2 monkeys as well on attack.
Scientists.
Actually, just 1 scientist on attack. I take it back.
And it is
guys.
Mezer, who we interviewed earlier today. He's actually a great tank there for Team Liquid, and Winston is one of his better characters. As you see him leaping forward here at the McCree, jumps away from the Flash and Fan. Actually just dodged that perfectly with Dehang and keeping him up, and he will do a good job actually being a bodyguard for Dehang. Dehang actually getting taken out by Harblue with that double kill, though.
Yeah, Harblue's actually defense has just held so strong. None of them were even brought down below half health in that last engagement, as they were able to hold very, very well here on the first point of King's Row, and it does look like that's allowed them to build a couple of ultimates as well. So this next engagement might be a little dicey for Team Liquid. I think they're going to want to wait until they have a little bit more of an ultimate advantage before they push a super hardcore in, unless they're able to get a quick pick, which they have just now. Torque,
and they're
TJO.
all in that building. If Winston calls that out and lets them know everyone is inside that building, Zombs can just watch the door here and get tons of shots. Lucio trying to come up behind, but he's totally surrounded. He's probably going to go down pretty quick. Yeah, Joe Meister down, and Team Liquid looking very strong here on the point. Already got 1 tick, and it looks like they are much closer to the actual point from their spawn, so they're going to be able to continue this pressure. Now a 2nd tick secured.
Yeah, and Gale Force dropping really quickly here, and this is going to be a cap in a minute and a half. Team Liquid has taken the first point here on King's Row.
Yeah, everyone watching the stream online, we've got 30,000 of you. Please spread the word. We're in our final matches here. We are in the money, and these are going to be the best matches you'll see all day.
Yes, get out there, hashtag Agents Rising and hashtag Play in Dolby. Let everyone know that Overwatch Esports has arrived in the first week of the game being out. We already have some excellent top-tier talent clashing for $10,000.
Yep.
And
dummies playing.
We've had a lot of really sick games over the last couple of hours.
Totally. I think yesterday's games, if you were watching the stream, we met a lot of new people. We've met a lot of new players. Didn't really have the most competitive matches, unfortunately. There were a few stomps, but that is going to happen when you've got established teams playing against teams who've only been around for a week as the game launched. So now we are in basically the best of the best, people who have been playing for months already, all working together here for this big cash prize. There's an Earth Shatter available here for JKW. I knew he was going to use it as soon as I saw those 3 targets. He does get a pin as well, and Harblue on Reaper now actually scooping up some kills for defense.
Yeah, big fire strike there, allowing yet another kill off that Earth Shatter for Mesrar.
Zombs switching off of Widow. He was Widow for point A and did get some valuable picks, but now he's back onto that double Reaper. Dummy actually switching over to Zarya as well. I totally agree with that, as payload pushing can be, it's a really good choke unblocker, this Graviton search from Dummy.
All right, Dummy actually, I think this is the first time we've seen him on Zarya today. He has played a number of different heroes, but now switching on over to the tank role. We'll see how he does with that. And the first ultimate on defense has been dropped. Another ultimate, of course, the sound barrier, going to give extra survivability. And that means Team Liquid's going to start dropping. And there's even a res.
Big Death Blossom from Harblue, scoring 3 kills there, and offense has nothing there to stop it. This is going to be a team wipe. Actually, one more shot on Vonethil would have been the team wipe, but it essentially is, as Vonethil goes down. And now they actually have to wait even longer to regroup because Lucio is such a valuable part of that push with the speed boost and AoE healing.
Yep. All right, so a little bit of downtime now for Team Liquid as they must sync up as 6 before they push. And that's exactly what we're going to see here. They're not even leaving the spawn.
Right now, this Team Liquid team is actually thinking, okay, AZK's got his ult. Maybe he sends, maybe he goes around the left. They're crouch walking to prevent the Dolby Atmos sound from picking up their footsteps.
Yes, and now they push in all at once with the sound barrier as well as speed boost, getting right into the fray. Let's see if they're able to get a couple of picks. Yes, 3 picks going the way of Team Liquid. And this payload's going to keep moving, Joshy.
Damage Hamp McCree. If 420 damage wasn't enough for 1 click, you've got a Mercy on the team to help you with that. Harblue getting eliminated there. That's the entire defense down, and this checkpoint is easy now.
Yeah, easy peasy to take that checkpoint. Let's see if we see any change-ups on the roster on defense. Yes, indeed. With Nicholas now switching over to Widowmaker, and we've seen him do serious work with this hero.
All right,
already
Nicholas,
getting a first pickoff.
We've seen his Widow play earlier today. He's just sinking damage into that Reinhardt shield. When it's busted, it's going to be a free-for-all. I'm sure the ults are going to start rolling as soon as that shield is busted, and JKW actually in a position now to charge through the enemy Reinhardt just to initiate if needed.
Yeah, quite confidently pushing forward right onto the payload here is Gale Force Esports. But with 5 minutes left, Team Liquid is actually still on a really nice pace to cap out the map in what I would consider a very good time.
Yeah,
so now Gale Force kind of back up against the wall.
I think Harblue's Death Blossom, if that hadn't come in and scored that triple, they may have finished the map already. And here's Harblue, waiting. He's got another Death Blossom ready, 98%. Oh, one more shot, and he will have it. Lucio alone will not fight this Reaper off. He's going to sneak up behind the payload, probably jump on top. I play some Reaper. I know this tactic. Oh, no, Flash and Fan stops him short. Here's a Deadeye from AZK scoring 2 kills, and the Earthshatter on the defense is going to not do anything. Defensive res, though, bringing back the defense just in time to contest that payload. But they're still getting mowed down. AZK, Mezrar scoring tons of kills. Nicholas and Torque now getting in on the action. Torque taking care of business. Zombs killing Nicholas, though. This payload is right at the end.
It's right there, but there's a Death Blossom. Harblue going to pick up 2. It's a crazy engagement on the point, but it does look like Gale Force has regained control over the objective. It's just AZK.
Hearing the audience behind us getting hyped now for this overtime sort of scenario, but defense, unfortunately for them, is going to prevent that super hype push straight into the end. And Dummy actually falling now to JKW, swapped onto Tracer. This is the first Tracer we've seen him play. Nicholas also there, and that's purely because they're at the end of the map. They have to contest that payload. Now you see them switching back on to their more standard characters.
Okay, Dummy has been switching a whole lot. He has now landed with Widowmaker, and I do like that move. Although Nicholas no longer playing Widowmaker for Gale Force Esports. Still, if Dummy can get an early pick here, that is an entire game changer. Let's see if he can do it.
It's high noon so often. Kings Row has high noon like 87 times a day.
Yes.
Look at that. McCree battling it out. AZK on the offense up in the face of the defender Torque. And now the team is wiped. They are going to finish this map.
And they set a good time, Joshy. That's
great
a
time.
6 minute and 47 seconds. Really, really nice stuff there for Team Liquid to set that kind of time. But
that's a point on the board.
That's 1 point.
AZK with McCree.
Beatable time, though.
True. And that could be 2 points for Gale Force if they're faster.
Yes. All right, let's see what the play is out of AZK.
Finish. That was when Harblue had his Death Blossom, too. So that was essentially a shutdown plus a double kill. And he kills this JKW charging forward. Really strong stuff there from AZK. 17 objective kills, 81% of the match on fire for Vonethil. Definitely a strong statistic there for Lucio. 6 minutes, 47 seconds is the time to beat to try and score that bonus point.
All right. I think, you know what? I think Gale Force might be able to do it here.
They could.
It's going to be close.
Torque and Nicholas are very high-powered offenses.
After playing quite a bit and watching quite a bit of competitive Overwatch, I would say that a time set around 7 minutes is more or less a middling time.
It's kind of average.
Yeah, it's more or less average. So we'll see if Gale Force can strike back and do it here on Kings Row, or will Team Liquid's defense hold strong and allow them the 2-0 victory Maybe they'll stop Gale Force entirely. Who knows?
It could happen, and then then it's just a 2-0 moving into the second map.
All
but
right.
We'll find out here shortly as we're back onto the map now. You can see the defensive setup we can trust. The offensive setup we can't really trust so much.
Yeah.
They're probably going to swap it around once or twice as they figure out who wants to play what. Sometimes everyone can really play McCree on these squads, so they kind of just spread the love, figure out what Nicholas and Torque are going to be playing, and then just kind of assign the rest from there. Joe Meister on Soldier, actually, and an offensive Junkrat we have seen before. Damage amp on Junkrat to break down that choke super fast and let your team just flood in. But no Lucio on the offense just yet. We'll see if they end up switching that up.
It's pretty interesting. Junkrat is a character that on most maps is actually more common on defense than offense, but he's starting to creep more and more into the offensive lineups as well.
Hollywood and Kings Row just have those choke points that everyone sets up at, and if you don't, people are just going to run past you. So it's almost a guaranteed thing that Junkrat can get some damage amp and break that choke.
Yep. All right, 25 seconds, and then the teams will be going at it
They're
here.
sticking with these double
on Team
snipers?
Liquid.
Do you think they're just going to take the top post and see if they can get a pick early?
Honestly, I think we're going to see JKW switch to a tank.
To Reinhardt's is typical
But I wouldn't
character.
be super shocked to see this. I just would be surprised if it was JKW playing.
You know what's interesting, though?
As Widow.
Maybe they're expecting one Widow, but a second Widow just sneaking out of a side route and then appearing and getting a pick, certainly possible. But there we go. He is going to swap to Reinhardt at the last second. Told you couldn't trust these offenses, but now the doors are open. JKW, that shield is so valuable. He really can't do much without Reinhardt in this opening point. He's very, very valuable. And Winston actually off of the offense as well now. Only on defense do we have Dummy playing that Winston.
All right, and it's going to be all about these Reinhardt shields and how much health that they have.
They're
and if
gone
you
already.
definitely look at the defending team,
Ooh,
Reinhardt's
Mesra,
shield
good
already getting taken down. Mesra
Both
down
Reinhardt's
early.
down.
Oh,
so
very
it's a
interesting.
5v5 right off the bat, and Gale Force in good health here. Joe Meister dropping that biotic field, able to get himself back up. They are focusing down dummies. Zarya's got 100 charge already, basically.
Yeah, that
Just
was
powering
fast.
down that Winston.
Okay, man, Zarya has been
They
a
need to press
staple
in.
of this tournament. All these top teams are playing with
there's a Mercy res.
whole bunch of Zarya.
Wow, that McCree flew up the wall there from the combination of Junkrat Mine and Reinhardt swatting away. Reinhardt actually does displace you a little bit with his hammer, so it can be hard to stay focused on him. There's the tire. Oh, perfect. 2 targets dead and dead ahead of him, and they are going to take this point very swiftly.
This is looking super good here for Gale Force Esports, and they're going to be able to take this first point in just a second here. And I want to call out the fact, though, that this is almost the exact amount of time that it took Team Liquid to capture this first point, just slightly, just a hair quicker.
Yeah, so about 1 minute 15 seconds there for point A. That's very on pace, like you said, with what we saw out of Team Liquid already. The second point for Team Liquid was very swift. So there was about 5 minutes left on the clock as they reached the next checkpoint. We'll see how Gale Force is going to be able to continue forward here. They've got 4 members on fire, and they're keeping their lineup here with Junkrat and Widow.
This momentum is really insane right now for Gale Force. After that first push, they were able to collect a number of kills. Now they've got 3 ultimates to their name, about to have that Junkrat ultimate as well. So Gale Force looking extremely strong for this next the next time that these two teams engage each other. And I don't think that's going to be for a little while, because it's still taking a while for Team Liquid to spawn and get into position.
We kind of know what's happening here. Defense is not rushing to the payload to try to contest it. These streets are actually not that easy to defend. If you lose a fight here in the middle, it takes a long time to get back. But Graviton Surge coming through. You see the charge through the crowd there. Does pin somebody, but JKW gets a kill on the Lucio, and it looks like most of the kills are going the way of the offense right now. So they're continuing to push this payload with 2 people.
Dehang just got killed with 97% left. 97% of his ultimate build. So really clutch stuff, guys. And very important at this high level of the game that you take out that Mercy before you kill everyone else. Otherwise, Mercy can just jump back in and revive everybody.
Baby!
Dehang is out again, so now he has his ultimate, but he can't use it for the next fight.
Nicholas, with the aid of his Visor ultimate on Widowmaker, just hitting that needle through the opening there to pick off Mercy. Such a good pickup, buying them so much time, and now they do have the furthest forward checkpoint. They have 2 more minutes on the clock than Liquid did at the same point.
Yeah, frankly, Joshy, this is a breakneck pace being set right now by Gale Force.
4 members on fire, not slowing down. They've got Nicholas still on that offensive sniper. Now we're going to have a duel between Zoms and Nicholas.
You know, at this rate, Gale Force might just be able to smash the times by Team Liquid, but Team Liquid finally has found the opportunity to set up a proper defense around the payload. They were basically never able to have all 6 players up before this point.
Yep, yeah, you can see our picture-in-picture here as both teams rush back in. AZK is going to get that damage amp from his teammates. And here's the High Noon catching 3 members of the offense. Great move there from AZK, finishing off Shake after the res goes off, but offense still not in a great position to continue pushing without their mercy. All in low health. You can see in the top right, they've got 3 members dead even after the res.
Yeah, you got to just escape, run for your life, don't die. Or if you know you're going to die, actually maybe sometimes you just run into your imminent death.
I've seen people leap off the cliff, and I'm just like, why did he do that? Oh yeah, because he's going to die anyway. Might as well save some time.
Oh, Zom's going for those headshots. He does have the infrared sight going on right now. He's going to see straight through those walls.
Yep, actually the whole team can see, by the way. Anytime you see this infrared like that, the entire team actually has vision of the entire enemy team. So Zoms, that Widowmaker ultimate is so valuable on both sides. Even though Torque and Nicholas are both on McCree now, no offensive Widow.
Oh, wow, that's so many kills.
So many kills.
So quickly gone to Gale Force.
They're going to turn this corner. It's going to be on the straightaway, and Team Liquid needs to figure out if they need to switch their comp right now.
Yeah. Will we see Tracers? Will we see Divas? Will we see a delay strategy? Because Team Liquid, all they need to do is delay for another 2 minutes here.
It's going to be rough because they are watching that spawn point. There's a Graviton Surge, Deadeye.
Oh, that shield is almost already dead.
The flash.
Mesrar gets in there, though.
Oh, Earthshatter hitting 3 targets. That's actually great for the defense. That actually should allow them to hang on to the point for another minute at least. The offensive res is going to come in, but they're already on top of the offense, so Liquid is going to clean up easily. AZK getting 3 kills there in quick succession. 4 kills.
Gale Force still in a position to beat
5
that
kills.
time.
5 kills, and they can still beat the time.
Yeah, probably 2 more pushes left for Gale Force Esports
to be able to get that bonus point. Yeah, so it is looking likely that they'll finish the map. Now it's just a matter of that very specific timing. So currently, JKW pushing forward for the offense. And Joe Meister here as the Lucio, speed boosting everyone into position. There's another High Noon, as it is often on King's Row. Harblu as the Reaper, though, after Wraithwalk ends, he is just a sitting duck for dummy. Now 4 kills in the kill feed there, and offenses. That's a team kill. That's a total wipe.
That was destruction. That push got shut down hard and fast. But like we said, I think there's still 1 more push now for Gale Force Esports to try to come in and beat that time of 6 minutes and 47 seconds. They have 47 seconds in 3 seconds. They have 50 seconds. There it goes.
How much time? Oh, Deadeye time. High Noon.
It's High Noon.
Doesn't matter what time they have left. 4 kills, 5 kills. No, sorry, 4 and being eliminated. There's another kill for Harblu on the offense, though. Can he get this Lucio? Reaper's a great one to target these Lucios.
Oh, you can see the tracking. You can see the excellent aim coming out of Harblu, but it's actually not going to have much of a consequence.
Mesrar hitting an Earthshatter here. If he catches 3 members, this game is basically over.
Yeah.
For beating the time.
Yes. Oh,
and
they're pushing in 5 versus 6. Gale Force out of time, but they want to beat that time. So this is actually a contentious moment right here, right now.
This could be the last one.
Oh, that's a huge
sound barrier. All the ultimates coming out. That Earthshatter did hit 3 members, and he gets the double kill with a pin. Great play there from Mesrar, keeping Liquid on top. There's a big res coming from the offense, but look at players falling on both sides. Offense actually standing strong. They got 4 members.
Dummy, last man standing for his team.
Harblu has
not too many people left up.
Death Blossom.
Harblu is actually doing crazy work with Reaper, and we talked about how little Reaper we've been seeing in the competitive meta as of late earlier today, but it's coming back.
It looks like Liquid actually is going to be setting the better time if Gale Force sets a time at all. They've been here for almost 5 solid minutes and have not progressed around this only progressed around the first corner here. Yeah, they are close, though. One good fight could end this map and get them that point on the board. Otherwise, they're going to go into map 2 with 2-0 deficit. That's a problem for Gale Force.
Yeah, it's a big problem. They definitely want to complete the map here with the current, with the way we're scoring this.
Especially in a best of 5. In a best of 5, every point is super important as it determines whether you play 3, 4, or 5 maps total.
All right, guys, this is getting pretty hype. But Gale Force now with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to make it make it happen here on King's Row. And they had so much momentum, wind behind their sails, but they got shut down in the end. This is actually looking okay.
Harblu, that's bad. You don't want to be surrounded by 4 people after the Wraithwalk ends, but he does get out of there. He just thankfully had an escape route, and his team was up there in time. Nicholas back on the Widowmaker, scoring 2 kills, and Torque on his McCree. Actually going to open it up. They're just going to watch the spawns now. Soldier trying to get that range damage in, but he's not going to contest. He needs to kill everybody. Two players is all he had to kill, and Nicholas gets the snipe.
Nicholas gets a
That's
beautiful
it.
snipe
They get
there.
the point on the board. But Team Liquid will be going into map 2 with a 2-1 lead.
2-1 lead,
And
ladies and gentlemen.
so we will be going to the analyst desk shortly. We've got a guest from Clutch, but first we're going to watch this play of the game from Dummy as McCree.
All right, that was pretty
This
hype.
is a 4 kill, if I remember.
I'm loving the audience back here. Everyone's getting excited for this grand finals, which is coming up really soon in a second. We're hearing chants of high noon every time it comes out. 'Cause there were a whole lot of them with double McCree.
Nice triple there, and Liquid did hold for a very long time, and actually that probably lent itself toward getting that bonus point. So definitely good play there across the board from both teams, Liquid and Gale Force. Gale Force setting such a good pace to that second checkpoint, but just could not wrap it up there in time. So we will be sending it to the analyst desk. Rachel is joined by a member of Clutch.
Thanks so much, guys. I am here on the analyst desk with Hots from Colorado Clutch, and while the teams...
Whoa, lots of members of Clutch.
I'm actually here with the entirety of Colorado Clutch. So we wanted to take a quick minute and ask about these orange ribbons that you guys are wearing.
Yeah, so I made a friend at BlizzCon about a month later. He found out that his son had leukemia, and he asked me if I made it big in Overwatch that I would wear the ribbon for his son, and I said, of course, you know, and well, here I am, and well, there's the ribbon. So
And not just you, but your whole team is supporting you. What a wonderful cause. Is there any way we can reach out to this family?
yeah, Chad Newton, you know, if we'll give him a shout out now, and if you know if they find a way, then they'll message me, and then I can get a hold of everyone else.
All right, well, if you guys at home are interested at all or care to reach out, just follow Colorado Clutch. Keep an eye on their social media. You guys are going to be involved with this cause for a little while, and we appreciate you guys taking the time to listen. Anything else you want to add?
No, just thanks for having us.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Let's get back into the game.
Very cool to hear about that. We
Yeah.
had an excellent game 1 here between Liquid and Gale Force, and with a 2-1 score, it essentially guarantees a 4th map at least, because it was not a 2-0 shutout. So just keeping you guys informed, this scoring system is a little tricky as
We're
it is.
figuring it out
We're
as we go.
Going to the BO5 now. We hope we get it right, so we're trying to keep tabs on that for everybody. But we do have our second map, actually, is going to be Numbani, which we haven't been to in a while.
Yeah, we've seen a little bit of Numbani today. Not one of the more common maps. We typically see a lot of Dorado, a lot of Hollywood,
Kings
and
Row,
especially
of course.
Kings Row.
Yeah.
And if you're going
Nepal,
to control maps, a lot of Lijiang, a lot of Nepal. But probably next on the list, in terms of what the pros end up choosing, is this map right here, Numbani. Starts off with a capture point and moving on after that point into a standard payload map.
Relax and unwind, the legendary organic oil.
Yep.
I don't drink oil myself. How about you? You an oil man?
Not yet.
No, just booze?
You know, I'm kind of the opinion that first time for everything. You'll
Yeah,
try it
we'll
once.
try some
Try
oil.
everything once, yeah.
When in Numbani, right? Try some high-grade oil.
Yes.
Organic,
Organic, especially.
Next time you guys visit, try the organic oil at Zhejiang.
All right, guys, so taking a look at the team lineups right now, we actually do have Hardblue sticking with Torb, and we've seen him play Torb a number of times throughout the tournament, so not a huge shock to see that.
It did work out for them last time here on Numbani. They held A the last time I cast his Torb. Molten Core, I remember specifically getting play of the game.
Yeah, you're correct, Joshy. With 17 seconds
Break those
left.
railings. By the way, everyone, railings are the enemy in this game. I'll tell you exactly why. If you're a Widowmaker like Nicholas here, and you're shooting down at targets, and you need to track your target, they happen to go behind a railing instead of a headshot. You hit a railing, you do 0 damage.
Quite annoying.
And then you die. It's the worst thing in the world. So just break all the railings. Those little ones on the end you can't actually break down, and I've still seen people hit them accidentally trying to hit targets down below. So any range class, you want to break those railings down. They're super infuriating when you don't hit your intended target. But Dummy on Genji, I like that. Numbani's a great map for Genji with all this verticality and the sniper threat that is certain to be there.
Yeah, absolutely. Bonifil brought very close to death, and he will go down. But a number of kills going the way of Team Liquid now as they're opening this up very quickly for themselves with the 3 early picks. They now have a 2-man advantage in this next engagement.
Nice.
Make that
Air
3-man advantage, and it's almost impossible to come from that kind of deficit.
This attack is very potent, and I think it rests a lot on AZK. He got a ton of damage in there.
That was fast, man.
That was super fast.
That was really,
yeah.
really
I think
fast.
Gale Force needs to be counting their lucky stars that time to point A is not determining the map. They need to try and still have a complete hold here, and they do have the opportunity to do so. Dummy on that Genji just pouring damage into that pincushion Roadhog there.
To hang with his ultimate, so he will have a resurrection up for this next fight. Dummy also has the Dragon Blade, so quite a significant ultimate advantage now in the favor of Team Liquid as they do push the payload forward with 3 people solidly on it.
All right,
Moving as quick as it can.
Hardblue playing the Roadhog is up by himself. I'm actually always scared as a Roadhog anytime my healer is not there. But the Dragon Blade coming out for Dummy with the deflect onto McCree. Great timing there to prevent the death. And Torque is going to go down. The Dragon Blade gets put away, but Mercy is now Genji's target. She's not going to last long. Suddenly, Lucio all by himself, and Dummy just carving through, along with the help of AZK.
Is this about to be like a record time on Numbani?
It's super fast. Winston hasn't even done anything this game. He's just chilling.
And still, ultimate advantage still in the favor of Team Liquid. Although Gale Esports working up to quite a number of ultimates themselves. It's still going to be a little while, though. They won't have it right off the bat in this next fight.
AZK now onto McCree off of the Widow, and that makes sense for this point. There's not a ton of straight lines that you can shoot. Defense, I actually do expect, Nicholas is going to be switching to that Bastion. Great character for this last point, as he has a lot of different angles that he can set up at. And was that a deflect kill?
I actually have no idea what happened. We switched a little bit too late.
I heard a cha-ching, so I think he actually deflected the High Noon. I saw the credit actually went to Bastion, though. But Bastion's just racking up kills. Anytime, again, that surprise Bastion shows up, and if you don't already have the right comp for it, you're probably going to wipe.
Yeah, we'll see if there's any response to Bastion. And now look.
Zoms on Bastion, offensive. We're going to have a Bastion duel.
Versus Bastion.
Yeah, and we've got the whole triple setup here. We've got the Reinhardt Mercy Bastion on both sides.
Uh-oh. Zom's getting in position, but he still has the Reinhardt here. Shield to take out.
Oh my goodness, no one's hitting the Zoms. Zoms are just chilling there, blasting them down. Bastion ult is also very, very important here, and a lot of ults coming out from the defense right now. There's an Earth Shatter, a Whole Hog, a Beat Drop. Everything is happening all at once. Shake, damage amping Roadhog during Whole Hog does a ton of damage. Yes. Torque scoring the majority of the kills, though, so defense is going to hang on here.
All right, so Team Liquid's breakneck pace has been slowed to a crawl for the time being. That said, they do have 4 ultimates up in this next fight, and they could synergize very well, of course. Lucio's Sound Barrier will synergize with just about anything, and Tahang will have his Resurrection very soon as well, so huge advantage now in this next fight for Team Liquid. As long as one of them doesn't get picked off early in this next fight,
Roadhog keeps scaring their way. He keeps scaring me, but he's actually flanking Roadhog to grab whoever he wants, and he grabs the Mercy. Tahang doesn't get the kill, though. She bounced out. She bounced out of the blast. But he did die moments later. Actually, defense getting cleaned out. Dummy with the Dragon Blade. I see him just putting it away now, but all the kills going to the way of the offense. Suddenly, defense needs Divas and Winstons and Tracers, or they're not going to be able to contest. You can see Nicholas switching already, Torque switching, and a Hardblue on that Reaper for Wraithwalk contesting.
Zoms is still on
offensive Bastion.
Offensive Bastion, and he's racking up his ultimate again, which
look
could
at that
be
AZK 4 kill. AZK 4 kill. That is brutal for the defense. They have no way to recover from that. They don't have a Mercy in play, and although the entire team is dead, the res is there, but Mercy just got back up. She's not going to get back in time, and that is a super fast, great game played by Team Liquid on offense.
Ridiculous time, even though they did get stuck for a minute or two in one spot. The rest of the map was a breeze for Team Liquid there.
This has to be the 4 kill at the end.
Yeah.
I want to see
what
happened.
We didn't get to see it firsthand, so let's watch it.
Thank you, player.
Stream chat and everyone in the audience, let's watch this one.
He's all the way at their spawn. He came around the far side.
Okay, there's 1 kill, and there's going to be 3 more right here.
Mercy fan into triple Deadeye. Yeah. Good stuff there, and that totally let them push the cart straight in. So 4 minutes, 17 seconds. Incredibly hard time to beat, actually.
That
Gale
is
Force has their work cut out for them.
time on Numbani. Yeah. Absolutely ridiculous, and I've been glancing over a Twitch chat here and there. I think there's a couple AZK fans in the audience who are going to be happy about that 4K.
Yeah, definitely a good play from Liquid there. Maybe an MVP vote in it. Who knows?
There may be.
Don't forget, #AgentsRising on Twitter. Tweet at Esports Arena so we can see who you think is deserving of the Twitch MVP award. And you could influence our decisions, see who ends up on that poll for the grand finals.
And we're all the way up to 35,000 viewers, Joshy. So thank you, everyone, so much for tuning in. We really do appreciate your patronage this fine Sunday evening, and definitely get out there and let your friends know. If you've got FPS clanmates, we have people coming in from all kinds of communities. If you've got clanmates, friends, Discord servers, Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, get out there. IRC, doesn't matter. Yeah, ICQ, whatever. If anyone still uses that.
Roger Wilco.
Oh my God, Roger Wilco.
That was the first one I used back in 2001, I believe. But
press 7 in chat if you remember Roger Wilco.
Mr. Roger Wilco.
No, I want to see that.
So Liquid does get a point on the board now. It is 3-1. They could even go to 4-1 if they hold on defense or set a faster time. That'll be 4-2.
I don't see that happening, Josh.
They could, yeah. I don't
Gale
see setting
Force
faster than
is going to be
417.
hard pressed to beat a time of 4 minutes.
Maybe
and
if they
17
start
seconds.
with a Bastion, maybe that's the key. Just actually, it was AZK at the first point and an AZK quad kill to end the map. So AZK start to finish, really showing his strength here on Team Liquid.
Yep. All right. What's it going to be on offense and defense as we switch sides here on Numbani? Let's find out in just a second, guys.
I see a Bastion here on the start. So static defense, we already talked about it. Torbjorn was used by Harblue in the previous round, but Bastion has a much higher DPS, and actually with the Reinhardt Mercy can just mow down enemies, especially if he's in a good spot. If the Bastion's in a bad spot, maybe he gets dislodged and does nothing. But these teams, I'm confident that Team Liquid is going to be able to protect him quite well, especially with Dummy on the sniper crossfiring. Anyone shooting at the Bastion has to deal with Dummy shooting at him.
Yes. And you actually do see Bastion and Widowmaker paired together quite a lot for that just very reason. We actually have JKW and Harblue running on Winston, so we're going to have two scientists jumping into the fray. Harblue already taken down to about 3rd health, but that's just going to be plenty of ultimate building for Shake, his friendly Mercy. And Nicholas is actually in a kind of odd position.
Where's Nicholas
He's going all the way back.
He's swapping it. They saw
Going all
Bastion.
the way home, yeah.
They called Bastion.
Is it going to be
Reinhardt.
Genji? What's going to be for
Genji,
Nicholas?
Farah, both possible.
Oh, Diva.
Oh,
That's
Diva.
interesting.
Okay, yeah. Diva can obviously use her defensive matrix. We haven't seen her a ton today, but she is actually quite good at flying around, getting up to the top ledges, and dealing with Widowmakers specifically. So maybe Diva's actually coming out more for Dummy than for the Bastion.
Yeah, I'm
Two
really
Winstons.
interested to watch this Diva play out. Because Diva not a super common pick, not one of the strongest tanks right now in the current meta.
I don't like the double Winston, but they are going to all work together. All 3 of them actually rushing up there. Zoms does get focused down. Hang falls shortly after. Genji actually doing a bulk of the work
Everything
here.
working
Torque,
as intended.
JKW, Nicholas all just scooping up the kills. Harblue with Winston getting a kill on AZK. That is going to allow them to take this point, but time is working against them. They can complete the map for a point, but that bonus point still likely going to Liquid.
Yeah, almost certainly at this point going to Liquid. But man, you know, in all the games that we've casted, Josh, I really don't think I've ever seen something like what we just witnessed with that Diva pick paired with the Winstons. When you got 2 Winstons jumping at you, you could probably melt them as a Bastion.
Yeah.
But when you got
Diva's
2
up there with the
Winstons
defensive matrix,
and a Diva
protecting
with the
Winstons.
defense, yeah, that's just cool, interesting play coming out of Gale Force Esports, trying something new.
Yeah, not to mention Torque and Nicholas still on their offensive characters, destroying everything else that's happening during all that. Of
course.
So Nicholas damage amped here as Widowmaker. Any shot he gets is going to be 195 damage essentially against a body shot with that damage amp and the full charge. Genji hopping around there looking for some targets. Dragon Blade is available, so keeping an eye on Genji here. He does pop it immediately as soon as these McCrees come in range. McCree going to fall very quickly. Zoms is down. He's going to dash over to try and get some more damage in. Deflect goes up just in case of the flashbang. Nothing going there though, and actually Liquid is cleaning up. That's 4 kills in the kill feed there.
Liquid is cleaned up, and actually at this point it's mathematically not super feasible for them to beat that time of about 4 minutes.
417 is kind of out of question now.
Yeah.
And we're just looking for that 1 point so Gale Force can continue this series, keeping more games so that they have more opportunities to come back. But it could still go bad for them. Team Liquid still could do a full hold and go up 4-1. They don't want that to happen. They need to stay focused, make sure that they can finish the map. At least the pressure of the time is off their shoulders now.
Yeah. You got plenty of time to try and finish off the map. 5 minutes and 10 seconds left as the payload has just barely left its initial point here. Still on the streets.
AZK, the damage amp choice for Dehang. And I just want to point out again, Team Liquid coming from multiple different FPS backgrounds. We've got a former Quake Pro Dehang, former CS Pro with AZK, and Dummy as a TF2 Pro, all coming
Dummy
together.
and Mesrar, actually.
And Mesrar, yeah, exactly. We're not too sure about Zoms and Bonico. We'll ask them. We'll ask them shortly.
Yeah.
But
if anyone wants to tweet us, you can do
let
that.
us know.
Ask Joshy and Fishdicks on Twitter.
Okay, so Earthshatter and High Noon actually both available for the defense. He's going to actually cancel that with the Fan the Hammer. That actually does cancel. If you just right-click, it'll stop Deadeye. You don't waste your ult. You get 50% back. Earthshatter comes down, actually catches 3 targets. High Noon on the offense. Looks like it's not going to do much as that shield is up. And Mesrar are going to stay alive long enough to prevent Deadeye from doing any work there. Torque does get a kill on Zoms. Looks like Nicholas getting a kill on Dummy. Kills going both ways, but it looks like offense actually favored here, pushing that payload.
Yeah, this has been very strong play out of Team Liquid, although finally a decent advantage now. Gale Force with a several man advantage. That should be enough for them to get probably to this next checkpoint here, as no one from Team Liquid's even really close to the action.
Three Cowboys on Gale Force.
Oh, God. Oh, man.
They do a lot of damage. If 2 is good, why wouldn't 3? But actually, this is a fine composition. They have 3 Deadeyes available on one team, and 2 on the other. 5 High Noons about to come in here. Flash cancels the first one. Here comes AZK's attempt, but JKW's shield is up in front of everybody, and he is going to get picked off. Liquid is down. They have no players left. Dummy is the only person standing.
Yeah, and while they aren't going to be able to beat that amazing time set by Team Liquid, they're actually on pace for a pretty damn good time themselves if they can continue with this momentum.
Another
here.
High Noon, surprise, surprise. Guess what time it is, folks? Torque actually looking at the spawns is very, very valuable. And the bounce on the on the Reinhardt, getting him out of the way so that Deadeye actually connects Nicholas Harblue and Torque.
That was a massive res, though.
All 3 McCrees just mowing them down, but Zombs with the res. AZK and Zombs cleaning up the offense, and there's nothing left for the offense. Harblue and Torque are going to have to retreat. Especially, yeah, he's alone. Lucio's not even there to heal him up, so he needs to get out of dodge. I don't think he's going to make it. Harblue goes down there to Vonafil and the tank Mesrar for Liquid. But yeah, again, time is out the window, but we're in the very last stretch. I'm feeling pretty confident the Gale Force can make this happen in the next 4 minutes.
Yeah, they really just need to win one decisive team fight at this point, and the payload is close enough to the end that they should be able to push it if they can do that. That's easier said than done, though, of course, against Team Liquid, who now has Dummy switched over to Bastion. So how are they going to deal with this?
Dummy on Bastion rather than the Widowmaker is going to increase the DPS a ton. Obviously, Widowmaker is very precise burst damage. Bastion can just spray and kill everything. Torque getting a couple of kills there. Nicholas finishing up AZK, and the DPS for Liquid is down. It's only the supports and Mesrar left. Zomb switches over to D.Va to start contesting that payload. They are in dangerous territory now if they're trying to get that last point.
All right, so still a ton of momentum behind Gale Force Esports. It's just going to be delay, but no, there you go.
All right.
We're moving on to 4-2, Joshy.
4-2 is the score. Again, this is a best of 5 series for this lower bracket final, so we're going to continue playing on into the next map. Nicholas getting the McCree play of the game again. McCree getting the star of the show here.
Shout outs to our awesome audience, by the way. Thank you guys for your enthusiasm and hype. Josh and I are definitely building
we feed off of it, yes. It's much better for us when we know that you guys are reacting. So thanks so much. And the Thunder Sticks down there. Make sure you have your Thunder Sticks, guys. There's enough for everybody.
Yep.
So great play there again from both sides on Numbani. But look at it. 6:06 is a very respectable time against a top team.
That's a great time on Numbani.
4:17 is a ridiculous time against the top team. And Liquid will get that bonus point. 4-2 moving into map number 3. We'll find out what map that is shortly. Did we say Anubis was in the pool? It was in the last
appeared
5,
to be.
Right?
If it was
Gibraltar, I think
if we're doing a best of 5, then yes.
Yeah. It could happen.
Anubis isn't
Anubis
there.
could determine. Anubis could determine the series.
It sure could, and we haven't seen a single double cap map in the entire tournament yet.
I saw one Hanamura.
Oh yeah, right. There was
on
one
the first
Hanamura
day,
yesterday.
It was still one-sided 4-minute map, but but we did see it. And
wouldn't that be a treat, Josh?
Wouldn't
if we
that
went
be a
to
treat?
Temple of Anubis. It just might happen. You never know.
Yeah. You know, there's actually 36,000 people watching the stream. Some of them may have never even seen Anubis. It's a new locale for them. Okay, so it looks like we're getting the map choice here from Gale Force. They did lose that map technically, so they get the choice for map number 3.
Yep.
All right, and you can see some of the Gale Force players here looking very serious. They are down right now. This is a big moment for them. They need to try and fight their way back. There's a lot of money at stake. Again, $5,000 for first place, $3,500 second place, $1,500 third place. So a difference of $2,000 hangs in the balance right here.
Yeah, and that's fairly significant, especially considering you're splitting it up with 6 people. So every dollar counts. You want to collect all of those ducats when you can. Of course, this is the first $10,000 prize pool Overwatch tournament ever.
Biggest
so you guys are
yet.
actually witnessing a little bit of esports history right now, as this is the biggest prize pool in Overwatch thus far. I know the game just came out, guys.
Yeah,
I know,
but
we've had a slew of tournaments in the closed beta, open beta.
How many $10,000 tournaments are coming up that you know about, though?
None.
Like, this is gonna be a big stamp for whoever wins. Cloud9, obviously the favorite after actually beating basically everybody already. They've only dropped a point or 2 over the course of the entire tournament. So Cloud9 is the final boss for whoever wins here, and that is going to be where the big money is played. played for. So everyone looking very serious.
Yeah,
even
seriously.
Liquid ahead.
No joke.
They're not going to rest easy until they have that grand final in their grasp. You can see the Razer Overwatch Death Adder there being used with that Team Liquid mousepad.
Sweet.
It looked pretty cool, all lit up. Yeah, it's actually a nice little peripheral.
It's a very nice looking mouse. I actually am using it at home today. Well, not today, but when I am at home. It's a pretty nice mouse. I've been using Death Adders for about the last 12 years or so,
yeah,
pretty used to that thing by now.
Pretty nice piece of equipment. You can see all of Team Liquid. There's Dummy on the end looking at his phone. So go ahead and tweet Dummy. Say good job on the first 2 maps.
I think it's Dummy Olsen. Is
it Dummy Olsen?
Something like that.
I think this is Twitter, or his Twitch. His Twitter might be Liquid Dummy.
I don't know.
Okay. Find it for yourself.
No. I'm sure you guys can figure it out. You guys are all smart. We know you guys are smart out there in the audience because you're watching Overwatch.
Yeah. If you're here with us, you're doing it right already.
You wanted to be part of history, and that's why you're here today.
So Gale Force, just talking it over. You can definitely see them discussing strategy, scratching their beards, whichever makes them the most comfortable.
Yeah. So guys, it does look like we're likely headed to Gibraltar next.
I love this map. Actually, it's a
great
full
map.
payload map.
Yeah.
I actually haven't cast this map all tournament.
All right, guys. The score line is currently 4-2. I want to hear who you guys are getting hyped for. Fans in the audience, let me hear it if you're rooting for Team Liquid.
That's a pretty good amount of sound
Pretty
there.
nice. Okay, I like it.
And now, who out there is cheering for Gale Force? Woo! A couple.
I am cheering for Gale Force.
Team Liquid actually, I guess has the more fan momentum in the building, so maybe home field advantage for them with the louder cheering. But Gale Force, of course, I'm a fan already just from watching them all weekend. Nicholas and Torque both just blowing me away with their play. Harblue just doing such a great job. Everyone coming out to compete.
has ended up being a very nice pickup for them, it seems.
Yes, Harblue actually playing with different squads kind of throughout closed beta. And again, Gale Force formerly playing as Code 7. I don't believe Harblue was on that squad, though, 2 months ago when they were playing as Code 7.
No,
so
he wasn't.
He is one of the more recent additions, and I think his experience actually is probably doing quite a lot for Gale Force.
Yeah. Yeah, you were saying that you're a fan of Gale Force. I'm a Nicholas TJO fan. This guy is so sick with everyone that we've seen him play this whole weekend long. So expecting to see really sick stuff out of him. Plenty of highlights coming your way. I can't wait to see the hype videos and the montages that come out of this tournament because we've had some great moments, especially in the last 4 or 5 hours, Joshy. It's really started to heat up.
Yeah, the play is just getting better and better. Liquid, it looks like they have a slight edge on Gale Force so far, but this series is not quite over. There's definitely a chance for Gale Force to fight their way back. If they take a 2-1 here on Gibraltar, suddenly it's, 4-5, and then we have 2 more maps after that. So definitely still in it here, looking for that extra cash and notoriety, actually.
The games are it's actually really close when you think about it. 4-2. If somehow Gale Force was able to win 2-0, then we'd have a tied series.
Yeah.
Oh, which would be a pretty big deal.
Man, they could do it. I mean, they got this far.
All right, guys, we are finally loading into the map.
Yep, so Gibraltar is going to be our map. This is, of course, the featured locale for that first animated short with Winston and Reaper. You can see actually the damage kind of in the Winston hangar. Actually, here's a shot of the shuttle room that is actually so iconic for Gibraltar. This room has caused many, many frustrations for attackers over the past few months of closed beta.
Yeah, on defense, you absolutely want to get on top of that shuttle. Not the whole team, but obviously
you
things
can,
like
if you want
Widowmaker,
to.
Pharah, raining rockets from above.
I've seen
Junkrat, raining nades from above. Does very, very well, and then you can even put a Reinhardt shield up there, make it even harder to bust through.
Reinhardt has a hard time getting up there.
Yes.
You kind of need to help him with a Maywall or something if you're going to be doing that. But it could be quite amusing, actually. I want to try that now. Send everyone up on top of the shuttle with the Bastion comp, with the damage amp and Reinhardt shield on top of the shuttle.
I mean, it's just a matter of time until we see stuff like that come into the meta.
So, the Maywall, if you guys are just looking for fun stuff to do with a friend in open pub play, pick May and Bastion on defense and put Bastion in places they would never expect. It's really fun.
Guys, we're up to 36,000. I really want to hit 40K by the end of this finals, and I think you
40K
guys can
be
help
good.
us do that. Get out there. If each of you got one person to watch right now, then
be
we'd actually have
70,000 people.
we'd have like a million viewers. So that would be pretty sweet.
Sound math. That's why we're casters.
Yes.
Yeah. All right,
guys.
just looking at the defense here, dummy on Reaper. I'm a Reaper fan, so I really hope he can make that work. I haven't seen him too much throughout the tournament, and Harblue actually playing Roadhog. Reaper does a great job against Roadhog, so we'll see if this is going to pay off for this composition. Zombs on the Widowmaker to hang on Mercy, of course, providing that damage amp. And our spectators getting whispers. But here we go, Nicholas bouncing forward, immediately getting the kill on Zombs. And that is a huge pickup already for the offense. He's way out of position. Ezrar charging in, he's down.
This aim, what is going on right now? Nicholas
killing it.
Looking like a machine right now with Widowmaker, doing some serious work.
Super low latency.
Oh my
Remember,
God.
we're playing all here together on LAN. It's McCree's and Widows are going to be even sharper than they are online.
Like literally, my eyes just like exploded. They're as open as they
there's
could be.
blood
As
everywhere.
I am watching this as closely as I can because that was something else, man.
All right, Zombs looks like his gun has a mind of its own again, and Genji's a good choice actually against Widow. If you're ever being stared down by a Widow, hit that deflect at the perfect time and you will kill her. Harblue gets the hook and kill though on the defensive Zombies.
Okay, tons of momentum then for Gale Force Esports.
Yeah, here's Reaper. I mentioned he's pretty good against Roadhog, but not when he gets hooked at point blank. That's a problem.
Yes, that's definitely going to be a problem. You don't want to be hooked by Roadhog just about with any class.
I hear lots of cheering for Gale Force. Where were you guys a moment ago when I
Yeah.
was looking for the fans out there? I'm hearing the Thunder.
We'll
Six
try
go
again
off.
next time,
Yeah.
okay, guys?
All right, so Harblue and Torque getting some fans with their play here. Widow has no idea what's happening right now, getting focused down from two sides. So we're actually being asked about the MVP vote. I think Nicholas has earned his spot in that poll for sure on the side of Gale Force.
Yeah, really liking what I'm seeing out of Nicholas. Definitely, definitely
Blade.
impressing.
Dragon Blade available here for Torque, and there's 3 targets right in front of him. If he can find that Mercy and get her out of the picture, Gale Force will have a lot of room to push. They're pushing for free right now. They got a 3 push going on. That's as fast as it goes. He does trade with the Mercy. That's actually a fine pickup as the run back for both sides is about the same. 5v5 is all right for the offense. Wow, how did Harblue get up here? What is he doing? He's actually all by himself. That was a bit scary. And Vonnefield playing Zenyatta. Zenyatta is in this game.
Zenyatta?
I forgot.
Well, Vonnefield from Europe.
Yeah?
Europe still
He
plays
doesn't know.
Zenyatta
No one told
sometimes.
him. No one told him Zenyatta's
Not a
played.
lot, but the European teams still do pick them in certain situations. And guys, this is like the first time we've seen Zenyatta pretty much in this whole tournament. Almost the least. I think he actually might be the least played hero we've seen in this tournament
Yeah, he
today
is.
and yesterday. But of course, Zenyatta's strength is that he actually does DPS character damage. And is a support at the same time. The problem is he has 150 HP, so he's squishy as hell and an easy target for anything like Tracer or
That
Genji or
Discord
anything
orb,
like that at all.
Discord Orb on Roadhog. That is why you play Zenyatta here. And Transcendence, of course, picking the team back up along with that Mercy Res.
It's working,
Defense
Joshy!
stomping right over them. Well, yeah, Discord on a Roadhog kills him in 2 seconds. He's just a giant pincushion at that point. And if you ever land a Discord Orb on a Reinhardt when he's not paying attention, it feels really bad as Reinhardt to have your shield and knowing that someone can just come behind you and kill you instantly. So Reinhardt, the fact that there's a Reaper actually still in play for Gale Force, happy to see Harblue actually making it work. But the time being set so far, still fairly average. They have not actually progressed past the shuttle yet, and this is one of the more difficult chokes in the entire map.
Yep. Can be super difficult to get past on offense.
Look at this. I love this positioning. Reinhardt protecting the very, very squishy Vonnefield as Zenyatta. Only 150 HP, but that Discord Orb, the orbs are just flying. Earth Shatter comes down, but Zenyatta himself was protected. The attacking team, actually the one losing most members. Reinhardt has a Discord on him now. Even with that sound barrier, he dies really quickly with that Discord Orb on him.
Oh, Torque coming from behind. Gonna take out Vonnefield in that last engagement. And this is now a nice looking push for Gale Force. They have a huge advantage as there's only 2 left alive for Team Liquid. And Team Liquid's got to back off and figure out another place to hold because I think this next checkpoint could be captured. Or will Team Liquid try to push in the last second? It looks like they're going to.
It looks like the high noon zoning ult is actually going to allow them to push the point. There's no way they can push in through there and just die immediately to Deadeye. So definitely the right thing to let them get that checkpoint. Now you need to back off, though. You need to regroup. We got 3 dead on defense, and you don't want to give them any extra space. Dummy going down now as well. Liquid actually in dire straits here. They're way too far forward. After letting that checkpoint cap, they should have backed way off.
See, that's why I said they should probably
They're dying together,
afterwards.
at least.
Yeah, they died together.
They could have retreated, but they died together and gave them a bunch of ult meter. So again, disagree with that. After the checkpoint got hit, I would have fled as quickly as possible.
It's always contentious, right? Because if you had effectively held them there, then they wouldn't have these further forward, spawn points, and it would have been a huge victory. But instead, they all died, and that means that this payload's going to move forward pretty much unopposed.
So the defense here, you can see their positioning. They are playing the corner. That's to prevent Nicholas from doing his job. Widowmaker just sinking damage into that Reinhardt shield, but keeping the squishy targets far away. Excellent grappling hook there to get into position. Taking out the soldier during his ultimate. Great denial there. And suddenly the defense looking like they are going to reclaim. AZK actually doing all the work here. Just slamming down Reaper, the enemy McCree, and Nicholas on Widow. That's a great pick. Anytime a McCree can pick off a Widow, you're doing great.
Yeah, doing a good job. McCree, of course, is a hit scan character, but his gun loses damage potency at range. It gets down to 50% of its normal attack damage. So it's hard to take down, of course, the Widowmakers, but you certainly can do it.
It's rough. But Earthshatter comes down. Winston Bubble actually protecting most of the team there for defense. Dummy still alive in the back there and getting heals spread around here from Dehang. Everyone's actually still up except Dehang now after using that defensive res. So no res available coming back from the defense, and the offense has Harblue here with the Death Blossom. Not actually going to get too much done, but does force them back.
Harblue knocked down by the hammer down, but that isn't too big of a deal for Gale Force Esports, as they have all 6 of their players up and alive right now. Most of them right on the point. Torque going to look for a couple of kills, and we could see a time set here very soon.
Oh, wow, getting the kill in the spawn on Mercy is huge. Harblue's going to die as soon as, AZK now playing Reaper. AZK going to die as soon as Wraithwalk is over. This one's pretty much donezo. Gale Force doing a great job. Really good time. Really respectable time. Not the fastest we've ever seen, but the fact that they got through the shuttle room without too much problem really helped them set a nice pace here.
Yeah, definitely a good time. They're going to feel pretty comfortable with that as they do, as we're going to switch sides now, and Team Liquid is going to take their turn to beat that time, get through the map a little bit quicker. Guys, again, we are currently 4-2 scoreline. This is going to bring us to 4-3, but of course we've only played half the map, so Team Liquid still with plenty of opportunity to increase their lead, potentially.
And we talked about Gale Force, though. If they do a stop, if Liquid can't complete the map, suddenly we've got a tie series.
We're going to be tied up.
All right.
Could potentially happen. Somewhat unlikely, I'd say, but...
Taking a look here at Gale Force, there's Harblue on the left side of your screen there. He said normally the supports are doing the ones shot calling, so just getting a look at everybody here. There is Torque on the left side of your screen now.
All right, there's the Gale Force team getting ready as we switch sides now. Are we going to see any major hero swaps? I got to say, I am just really impressed with Harblue's Reaper play. Reaper is just not a hero we've seen a lot recently, but he's making Reaper look really good.
Yeah, so Reaper suffers only a little bit. When you're making the distinction between McCree and Reaper can't really shoot up. Like, there's Pharahs sometimes, there's Widowmakers that you can't get to. McCree can at least take some shots and get some headshots. We saw McCree's taking out Widows even in this previous round, but Reaper really, he's got to close the gap, and sometimes that can be difficult.
I wonder if we're actually going to see any Pharah. Nicholas, we've seen his Pharah throughout the tournament.
Vonnevill starting on Zen. Now, that is interesting. We'll see if he sticks with that. But Zombs starting on Bastion, and we just saw in that previous map, Numbani, that actually worked out for them to finish that map.
What was time? Actually, I didn't make note of it.
27 or 57?
I want to say, I don't know.
It was 6-something.
Apologize for that, guys.
6-something-7 is the time to beat.
6:27. Okay.
6:27. All right. Thank you so much for confirming there.
All right. That's a great time.
It's very good for Gibraltar. Gibraltar is about a 12-minute map total if you're taking the full time, and they basically got half of that, so not too bad. It looks like admins are typing to the players now. Just GFE needs to take this map 2-0 to continue, but it is a best-of-5 series. So the score would be.
We are confused casters.
Yes, we are confused casters. Please help us,
CK is messing with us, man. What are you doing, dude?
All right, so
that guy's a troll.
AZK getting the damage amp here. Bastion sitting on the payload, fully protected by his team here. they're actually just going to let them have it. And we've seen this before. This first checkpoint doesn't move the checkpoints up. It adds a little bit of time to the clock, but it's usually a foregone conclusion. If they saw that Bastion, they don't want to just give up free kills. So they are going to back off, talk about how they're going to attack this. And maybe they've already got a plan in mind. Maybe they knew Bastion Reinhardt was a possibility. And now they're all going to drop directly on them from above. But Genji here, dummy, trying to stay alive, actually getting picked off by Nicholas. And it looks like defense is ready for them. Bonafil also falling.
All right, so they've made it under the choke, but they haven't made it through, and this can be a tough position to be for attacking teams because defense can set up all around that hangar area. They can be up top on the balconies, and they can be all around up, stopping you from coming in from basically every single angle. It's going to be a push over the top side here for Team Liquid as their Reinhardt's moved all the way up on top, and they're going to be AZK trying to get some snipes, at least start to weaken that Reinhardt shield a little bit here for his team, and they're also popping his sight. So wall hacks are activated for the whole team, and this is a nice advantage, and a couple of ultimates up for Team Liquid as well here.
Yeah, so with that resurrection, we're going to see everybody come into play here for the offense again.
Yep.
And AZK, as the offensive sniper, actually getting a few shots onto the tank in that server room, as we call it. Torque TJO just moving forward on defense. Actually going to get picked off by AZK. AZK looking for that very valuable Mercy kill, but not going to find it just yet. And Team Liquid actually not doing the best push that we've seen them do. Numbani went a lot smoother for them starting out, but now Gale Force with a very solid defense here. Double McCree. This is a very hard choke to break out of. That payload is just going to rest at the bottom of that hill, not move back any further. So anytime the offense wants to try and push that payload, they're going to have to get a pick. They have to. AZK has to use that Widowmaker to its fullest, use that ultimate probably to get the visor advantage. And looks like Deadeye's going to come out from Zombs, but actually going to get shut down. Torque TJO on top of it.
Team Liquid has hit a brick wall, and Gale Force, I don't even think that sound barrier was at all necessary, as they already had a two-man advantage. AZK doing his best to try and get an early pick for his team, but it just hasn't really worked out yet. They actually do have a switch up for Zombs here. They'll be moving on over to Bastion. We'll see if this works out for them.
He was on Bastion, then he went to McCree, now he's back on Bastion. We'll see if maybe they just change their minds or think that they've realized what Gale Force is doing and they're going to try and counter it. Bastion probably not going to sit on the payload. He's probably going to move around to the top side and try to get some picks from
Bonafil was the only one pushing the point, and look at this, an interesting pincer move as they've all come from the side trying to catch the defenders off guard, and this could potentially work here.
Yeah, Bastion did go for the flank, but he was the first one down. Gale Force ready for it, at least reacting very quickly. Even if they weren't ready for it, they were able to shut it down very quickly. Nicholas with that Deadeye taking out Dummy, and defense chilling on the cart as Dehang is pretty much the only person left over here. AZK falling as well. Suddenly offense running out of time, like 3.5 minutes seems good, but they've already burned 3 minutes just in one spot here. So Gale Force doing a great job keeping a clamp down on this payload.
It's been slow going for Team Liquid here on Gibraltar. They did look pretty damn good on the previous two maps, although they were exciting and close throughout. And yeah, okay, that's what I thought. CK was off point with that message a little bit earlier on, guys.
This is a longer series, so we were on the correct page, catching everybody up. So we will definitely be going to another map, basically no matter what, because 5-3 is the worst scenario that it could be. So
yes.
Torque moving forward, Dummy actually flanking here as McCree gets the kill on Shake. Very important here as they are finally actually possibly able to round the corner. They haven't because no one's pushing the payload, but defense has been wiped, and unless they can get back there in time, actually they will get back in time. JKW is going to be able to charge in for sure. It's just a matter of will his teammates actually be with him. So they're probably going to jump on it at the very last second. You can actually see meters at the top now when it gets close enough, and yeah, they're going to move in as soon as it's there at the very end. Shake goes down. That Mercy missing for the defense. It's really bad offense. Definitely going to get this checkpoint.
You know, we don't give enough love to support, but I need to give love to Bonafil for the timing on that sound barrier. It was absolutely perfect for his team. Just basically saved his Reinhardt and allowed them to get that number of kills there, finally getting that checkpoint. And it really comes down to that ultimate dropped by Bonafil. That timing was absolutely perfect.
So Zombs as the Widowmaker here, looking for those soft, squishy targets. Usually going to be a support that he's looking for.
Just like heads. He
He's
just
not
wants to
gonna
shoot heads.
Yeah, but or shields. If he sees a Reinhardt, he's going to lay some damage in there until he gets a better target. And Reinhardt's shield starting to crack now. But the payload's pushing. It's pushing quickly, and defense is not getting the kills that they need to stop this. Finally, they do jump down once they're in range so that the McCrees can be super effective. Defense all still standing, but Mercy is going to fall on both sides. High Noon coming out from both sides. And it looks like the kills still trading pretty evenly, but AZK gets a couple of kills before falling.
Oh, Zoms is starting to hit a bunch of headshots. That's 3 in a row. 3 headshots for Zoms, cleaning things up.
And the assist kill on Reinhardt.
Yeah, Gale Force actually looked pretty strong in that last engagement. They had an advantage, but the combination of Zoms and AZK evaporated that advantage quite quick.
All right, Zoms. Oh, he does go for the jump shot, but the Winston shield was already in place, so unable to get one of those super highlights of the Flying Widow shot. Here we go, Dummy actually in a great position here against an unprotected Mercy, and now he's just going to jump on Reinhardt's head. He can actually triple start down into him to get 3 headshots. Did you know that? You can stand on enemies in this game. You can't displace them, so you can stand right on top of them, and Genji can shoot straight down with his triple star and do a ton of damage.
All right, Dummy's Genji has been looking very impressive so far.
Kill.
He's going to take that sword out and see what he can do with it. He's making robot sashimi right now.
It's sushi time.
Yeah. If he can.
Torque dropping that flashbang perfectly to kill Dehang. Offense is going to get shut down right here at the end. They were so close to the checkpoint. Time is actually running down for them to beat this time. It might not actually even be possible anymore. So Gale Force really doing their best to stall for time. It looks like they might even get a full hold. 2 minutes left in the shuttle room.
They could potentially do. Mesrar lucky to escape with his life there. And I really actually liked Dummy's. Genji did a whole lot of work, but he thinks that it's time to go over to McCree. What time is it, everybody? Oh, yes! Thank you, thank you. Solid.
It's noon, Ben! Okay, AZK does have his ult available, as he said. We got 2 McCrees on the defense also with that Deadeye available. 5 ults available on defense. They should be able to hold here, at least for another minute. We'll see how it goes. AZK actually falling immediately. That's really bad for the offense as they lose that source of damage. But Dehang going to bring them right back into play. Vonnefield gone on Lucio, and Dummy goes down. Defense hanging on, and Nicholas and Torque are to blame.
I was not expecting this kind of potency from the defense out of Gale Force, and they're just absolutely
killing it.
Stalwart right now. They've only been taken down in momentary flashes, but the rest of the time, if it's not a clean team wipe, they have been winning the fights over and over and over again. And just a minute and 10 seconds left on the clock for Team Liquid. And like you said, Josh, it's not really possible for them to beat the time set by Gale Force, but Team Liquid definitely wants to set a time or just complete the map at any time right now, and they collect that point for doing so.
All right, we've got basically one strong opportunity for the offense. That sound barrier going to be dropped immediately. AZK looking for the Deadeye, but Torque up here just laying damage in. And the charge through the Reinhardt shield, that's such a good play. Reinhardt versus Reinhardt, that's all you really want out of it. And there's a High Noon coming out for the side of the offense. It looks like the payload is pushing, but the big res here allowing the defense to stay on the cart. Earthshatters go down in both directions.
And kind of hard to tell what's happened here.
Defense hanging on, I think. Winston's still alive. Reinhardt's still alive, contesting that cart. That's a lot of HP to get through, but offense is going to fall. AZK and Mesrar are both down, and 17 seconds left. They have a chance here in overtime. They get one more shot.
Yeah, one
Otherwise,
more shot.
Gale Force could tie up the series.
And Zoms is playing on Winston. This guy has sick aim. I don't know about that decision,
you need the
but
HP.
hey, man, sometimes you do.
It's contest time.
And let's see if it works out for Team Liquid. The last gasp for this team on Gibraltar.
No. Offense falling quickly.
No, they still actually have an opportunity.
They don't have a res, though. And they're starting to fall while the defense still does have that Mercy keeping up a tank and a Torque with Deadeye. There's a res available on defense.
Oh my god, Josh. It looks like Gale Force has done the unexpected.
Team Liquid running back in. There's still a member standing. You can see through the cart there. There's a member on the left side. Winston jumping around. No, Vonnefield was actually...
Dehang has to get in there. He can't.
No, he can't.
Bopped
Overtime
around.
takes down. Congratulations, Gale Force. Great map there on Gibraltar.
So after a 4-2 lead from Team Liquid, it has now been equalized. Gale Force has brought it back with a 2-0 win there on Watchpoint Gibraltar.
Oh, McCree gets play of the game. How interesting.
No way. Crazy.
AZK this time around earning another one for himself. Taking out Hardblue and Nicholas there. Big kill on Mercy, and the denial, and the denial. And a High Noon.
Oh,
he
right in the
got like a
last second
7 kill there.
Yep. Nice stuff by AZK. And nice stuff by Gale Force, striking back after Team Liquid looked oh so strong on the first 2 maps. And, I mean, this really goes to show you how big the difference is between the scoring system we're using today and stopwatch mode, because if this was standard stopwatch mode, the score would still be 2-1 in favor of Team Liquid. Instead, we actually have a tied game. So that's quite interesting, and you know, like we talked about earlier on the stream, on the analysis desk, we want to try everything we can, all the different competitive modes that we can, just to see how they look, how they feel in a competitive format. That's the only way to do it, and we're doing it right now for that reason.
Yeah, if it was pure stopwatch, it would be 1-1. Still a tie game.
Oh,
yeah. Liquid won the first map.
Yeah.
Gale Force won the second map. So it would still be tied. It's
right.
Essentially 1-1 at a 4-4 score because only 2 points
I
available.
thought it
for
was
each
3 maps in my head, but I was completely wrong. You're right, Josh.
You're-
It would have been
you're
1-1.
fine.
Would have been tied either way. I take it back.
Yeah.
You know what? Everything I said, just scrap that, because I'm not a
Only-
smart person. You know?
Just if you're ever confused, Ben,
Yeah.
just ask Joshy.
Okay.
Wah, wah,
Oh,
wah.
please, Josh. Please.
Sorry, just gotta get the puns in while we're between games.
It's branding.
Try not to torture you with it too much during the matches.
Yep.
That's right. It's
Nice branding. There,
Oh,
by the
dude,
way.
marketing
I don't.
degree.
I can't do that with fish sticks.
Actual name built right in, easy to find.
I'm very hungry. I would like some fish sticks.
See,
No, that didn't.
it doesn't-
That didn't come
it's-
off quite
it's
as well.
Not as good.
No. All right, guys. So we are completely tied up and
We're picking
figuring
maps
out
right now.
where
That's
we're
what
headed
we're doing.
next.
Yeah, they're
And-
huddling up right now just to discuss probably what went wrong that game for Liquid, but now
Yeah.
also definitely need to decide which map they're going to be going to for map number 3. We know Anubis is still out there.
Yeah.
I actually don't know. Gibraltar and Gibraltar and Numbani were the only ones that I saw besides Anubis. I'm not really 100% sure what our other 2 maps in the pool are, but we'll find out pretty soon here. Our admin, Tiffany, making sure everyone's on the same page here with the scoring system and the maps available.
All right, guys, we are up to 39,000 viewers. So excited to have this huge audience tuning into the first major North American LAN tournament for $10,000. And, of course, that MVP vote, which you guys are all going to get involved in. Make sure to go ahead and follow Esports Arena at Twitter, because they're going to be tweeting out a Twitter poll. That's how you're going to be voting, is by following them on Twitter and getting involved that way. So everybody in the audience, make sure, get your phone out, give Esports Arena a follow. Everybody tuning in. I think we can get a couple thousand followers for these guys. I mean, we got 39,000 of you in here, so come on, guys.
Yeah.
If 10% of you go ahead and follow Esports Arena, we're going to do them a whole lot of good. So
Oh, it looks like my pun just hit the chat. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah.
wait until they see my pun.
Yeah, we're going to cut to some highlights now from that last map here. Actually, looks
Starting
like we
on
got
Kings Row.
the Kings Row. Yeah. Kings Row. Kings Row. Did we already do 3 maps?
We did, right?
Kings Row, Numbani, and Gibraltar. Oh, my goodness.
It's been a long
Time
day.
flies when you cast a billion Overwatch
It has
matches.
been a really long day. So excuse the brain farts from the casters,
But it's tied. It's 4-4 after 3 maps.
At least we can make fun of ourselves and
Yeah.
have a little bit of fun of it.
Yeah.
You guys can make fun of us too by
I don't
tweeting
mind.
us.
Yeah, just tweet us whatever,
Joshy.
insults, praise. I'll take it all.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised if you're blocked or muted afterwards, but I do like, praise feels good.
I've never muted somebody on Twitter.
You've never muted someone on Twitter?
Never.
Let me tell you, I'm just going to give everyone a pro tip here for social
Twitter
media.
tip.
You could meet a very nice person at an esports event and have a great conversation about
Yeah.
Overwatch, and then you follow them on Twitter, and all they talk about is their college football team, which you give no cares about.
Yeah.
Mute is a beautiful tool for saying, I love you, man. We're going to hang out again in the future. If I ever tweet something cool and you reply to it, we'll converse. But I don't want to hear about, Chippewa State, whatever stupid thing you're talking about all the time. So the mute button is a great tool.
Yes.
You're probably muted by hundreds of people, all of you, and you don't
Aw.
even know it.
Feels bad, man.
That's why it's such a good tool, though. It doesn't hurt. You don't know. If you're blocked, that's doesn't feel good.
Yes.
But
That's
we're talking
that's a
about
little bit
highlights
more in
now,
your
aren't we? Yeah,
face.
Mesrar actually just street sweeping there for Liquid. Man, Kings Row was such a good match, too.
It was. I can't wait to go back and analyze these VODs a little bit later. And also, man, do we have a lot of VODs to watch, Josh, because there was also, of course, the Take TV LAN over in
I have
Germany.
to watch the whole tournament. I have to watch at least the losers and winners.
At least finals day. Going to go home and watch that later on.
Yeah,
because
and just a shout out to the Take LAN. If you guys didn't know, there was an event in Germany running on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Takeover LAN in Germany. They had 8 European teams playing there, and Rogue did take the finals there over Creation Esports, even after Creation beat them in the upper bracket. So
yeah, and
props to all those teams.
I was actually chatting with the guys from the Take TV, the organizers, the Overwatch guy for Take, and we kind of threw around the idea of having the winner of this play against the winner of that. Would you guys like to see the winner of this play against Rogue? I would.
I would, yeah. I'll watch Rogue play against anybody.
Yeah.
IDDQD.
IDDQD, yes.
Doing great with that team.
Yeah.
Taimu is actually on Envious.
Yes, he's on Envious.
He is in America now, but not at our event, unfortunately. Envious did not make it out.
They didn't have their full roster in America, unfortunately.
But Tavik is on Rogue, and Tavik is a monster as well.
Yeah.
So here's some Genji play from Dummy. He actually had just a great Genji game on Nambani throughout.
All right.
Damage amped whole hog always does a trillion damage.
So we're just waiting now, guys, for Team Liquid to choose the next map. What's it going to be, TL? Let us know, and let's get this going because it's getting late.
Yeah, there's only – what time is it actually? Local time.
It's late o'clock, 9:51 p.m.
How
Pacific.
did that happen? It was like 8 o'clock when we sat down.
Is that right?
Is that right? What's your watch say? It's
says
9:51
9:51
p.m. We still have a long series after this, too.
Yeah.
So just so everyone knows, the grand final, since it is a double elimination bracket, the winner's bracket team will actually receive a small advantage. So it actually could be a shorter series in that regard. And Cloud9 being the final boss could be a shorter series anyway. But we'll see, of course, as we progress the tournament. And Dorado, actually, I see with my little eye over there in the lobby. So Dorado is another full payload map. We just saw Gibraltar, which is another full payload map. And I'm glad that it's full payload maps determining this, but actually since it's a tie score and there's 2 points available for each map, we have to see Anubis. It has to go to Game 5.
Sounds like it might.
Yeah, well, no, think about it. Even if Liquid 2-0s or Gale Force 2-0s, it'll go to 6-4.
Josh, I don't ever want to do
gonna
math
see
in my
Anubis.
head again. Cause
Yeah, math is hard, I know. It's tricky.
All right.
Okay, so we were handed a note from production that we just explained, so excellent timing. So 4th and 5th map definitely coming in here.
Yeah, we've got the full best of 5 and the grand finals after this coming on up, you guys. So we still got probably another hour and a half.
We don't need a hotel room. We'll just cast all night. How about that?
Can we just stay here? These chairs are really comfortable, by the way.
Yes, these chairs are actually quite great. I'm probably going to nap in it after the grand final is over.
All right, so Dorado next on up on the docket, and hoping we can get this going really soon for you guys.
I just keep remembering. Do you think we'll see a Symmetra on Anubis? That's my favorite character on Anubis, actually.
It definitely works.
Defensive Symmetra with a teleporter on the first point, definitely a potent.
Not on the second point so much.
Not on the second point, no. You usually switch off to a full support from that point.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Actually, you know what? Pro players tend to have DPS players on Symmetra. Well, no, Kai. Cloud9 uses Kai.
Yeah.
Reunited uses 2-Easy sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. Not all the time.
Yeah. But you tend to actually see a lot of DPS players playing that Symmetra so that when they do switch, you get that DPS coming back in, and the supports just stay on the support, the Mercy and the Lucio typically. So everyone getting back in their seats now. Shout out to the supporting cast for both Team Liquid and Gale Force. So you see Damien there, who's a great content producer for Team Liquid. And over on the other side, Gale Force has their owner, Freddie, in the building. They have the team mom, Artemis, keeping care of everybody, providing the water bottles, making sure everyone's good to go. And Static, the analyst that we actually interviewed on the stage, or on the analyst desk earlier today.
Analysts already coming into the game.
It takes a village to raise an Overwatch team here.
Yep. It also takes a village to keep the casters informed, apparently. Just
we
kidding.
have the internet, guys. Just send us chat messages. We can read them.
Yeah.
We've been using pen and paper to deliver messages. But here we go, actually. We are loaded into Dorado, another of my favorite maps, actually. I really, really enjoy the full payload maps. I tend to play flanking characters, and it's a blast here. Genji, super fun on Dorado. Reaper, also quite effective here. We're going to see a defensive Symmetra and not a defensive Widow, just for the first point.
Interesting to have that.
Oh, there's a defensive Widow. Okie dokie. No McCrees? AZK is a McCree. All right. I thought we almost had 0 McCrees. What a silly thought.
It's happened once.
Okay. And so, yeah, you can't really trust the offensive lineup until right up to the point. They actually are getting information. They can actually make switches based on what they see out the door. So the defense is actually hanging way back to not reveal anything.
That's what you want to do here. Don't want to give anything away that you don't need to. And
It's
Harblues?
likely, actually, with this setup, I think they're just going to give them the first left dog leg
Yeah.
up to the underpass choke point.
That's something that you also see very similar to Gibraltar, actually, in that defending
no
teams
free
don't.
shots for the offense. You don't
It's
want
kind
the
of
offense.
risky to be any further forward because if you can get wiped there, it takes so long
Right.
to get back from the spawn
Yeah,
point. That
run distances on the first point are always drastically favored in favor of offense. So you definitely want to make sure you're trading evenly at about the middle of the checkpoint. And you can see all the Symmetra turrets set up there too. That's actually a big part of this. Symmetra needs to have that nest available so that an unsuspecting DPS flanker could just walk right in and die. Fire Strike coming straight through, already damaging Zombs, but that is just going to give Dahang some ult meter. Now the Damage Jam coming in, trying to power down that Reinhardt shield. Symmetra just shooting her Symmetra orbs down the sides of the payload. Definitely going to make contact with something there.
Yeah, Earth Shatters come in, Symmetra Orbs come in, making sure that no one can really rest super easy. Of course, Harblu now running the Roadhog once again, and I really enjoyed watching his Roadhog play as well. Seems like Harblu is the shotgun master.
Harblu is the shotgun master. Dummy also favoring Reaper more than Genji. Actually, throughout the series, he had a good time.
Ooh, how did he already have his ult? What?
Reaper,
Wow.
any meat shot actually gives you a huge chunk of. Actually, killing Symmetra turrets gives you a little bit of extra percentage as well. So if you just blasted down 2 or 3 Symmetra turrets, you get that charge fairly quickly. Dummy on the offense here, just trying to flank. He's actually going a long way around, trying to prevent himself from being seen, but he could actually make his way through the church. We have reached the checkpoint, so Team Liquid pushing very strongly here through Dorado. That took them no time at all, honestly, to get to that first point.
Really, really solid first push there for Team Liquid. Boding well for them. I mean, they came out the gate swinging in this best of 5. And they took pretty decisive victories on the first 2 maps, but not decisive enough as we are back to a tied game. They definitely want to set as quick a time as they possibly can, and they're doing very well so far. And Harblu's coming straight over top. He's going to try to grab that flash and fan. Able to do a little bit of a stun, but not able to pick up the kill on the Reinhardt.
Dummy way above the defense, waiting for that perfect moment to jump down and just kill a Mercy.
Yeah.
But he's not going to get the chance because
Nicholas.
Nicholas exists, and he's on that defensive Widowmaker, and he's behind the offense. He's the flanking Widow, and Mercy's there with him. Mesrar actually street sweeping now with Reinhardt, not using animation canceling anymore, by the way. That was relatively changed to be not as effective, so you won't see it quite as much as you used to. Widow on top, though. Nicholas taking out Mezar, and that is going to slow down that offense.
Team Liquid moving along at a very
so
nice
many
pace,
body
but they're
shots.
gonna have to figure out a way to take out Nicholas TJO as he's up top and just raining down hell. So are we gonna see a counter Widow? Are we gonna see a Genji? Either one could work, maybe both.
Yeah, Torque on the defense here, just powering down that Reinhardt shield again. Flash and fan onto the Winston, who tried to flank, does catch the beat drop. That's 2,500 extra health across the board there for Team Liquid as they push forward, but Dahang and Dummy still managed to fall while defense all still standing. Harblu with that Deadeye, not getting too much done with it, pretty much a whiff, but he's going to move forward and still continue to push this team back. Reinhardt losing his shield means the offense is going to be slowing way down.
Oh, and Reinhardt might go down here just with a sliver of health left, but getting revived
That
there.
was a crazy little kill there. He barely had a sliver on Nicholas, but he got it. And Zombs, see the Deadeye actually coming out from the offense. AZK does fall before the Deadeye can go out. No kills there.
All right, Messer for Presser.
This Earth Shatter could be huge for the offense. There's the hammer down. Actually, a bit of a whiff.
Doesn't
Soldier
connect
ult
with anybody, actually.
coming down now. A defensive Earth Shatter coming out from JKW. JKW actually dies for his effort, though. Nicholas and JK both down. Mercy Res bringing him right back into the fight, though. Defense still contesting here.
Yeah, Zombs also has some absolutely crazy looking aim.
Yeah, these hit scan players, man, you never know. They just snap so well.
Yeah.
Harblu just plowing through now, killing Mesrar. That tank is such an easy target for the Flash and Fan. He even gets some damage in on Winston. But offense finally gaining control of this payload, moving into this next checkpoint. This is going to move their spawn up, and Gale Force suddenly in the last stretch. This is actually a really hard point to hold in pro play.
It sure can be. And look at this. We actually have Harblu once again on the Reaper. And like we talked about, Reaper has been picked on this last stretch of Dorado in the past, so it's actually not too big a surprise to see that here right now as we move on to the final last little bit of the map. Dorado heats up here and now.
Yeah, so Dorado actually has some lore as well. Junkrat and Roadhog robbed the bank. This way you have that little vault with all the blown out walls. But there's also a bunch of weird stuff going on here with Symmetra and Lucio in the lore. But either way,
Also, of course,
Reaper
76.
and 76. Oh
After
yeah,
that.
76 had the animated short.
Yeah.
But, enough about the lore. We barely talk about it, so you shine a little light on it. But we are pushing straight through here. I mentioned this is actually a pretty hard point to hold for defense. It's just very strangely structured. You don't have too many platforms to stand on, and the offense can get up there very easily. A string of ultimates coming out now, and defense is actually losing ground here. Joe Meister, JKW, Nicholas, and Torque all down. No, JKW actually getting healed back up. Blue on defense, that was a great kill actually. They needed that to regain control. And now with the payload all the way in the breadbasket here, they can kind of stay in front of it. It can be difficult though. If they had lost that corner, they probably would have just lost the map. It can be difficult to trickle back in if there's 3 or 4 people on the payload there.
Oh, Dummy with a switch up. Looks like Dummy is going to try a little bit
This
of
is great.
offensive bastion.
This is actually a really open area. If he gets up on that top right ledge, he's going to be able to see everything. And Reinhardt and Mercy, of course, in tow for that Three Musketeers composition.
he
Bastion
comes.
just setting up immediately.
Oh,
but he
he's
dies
dead
to the 5-0.
instantaneously.
Blue with the beat drop and the death blossom. Oh my God.
Wow.
What?
That was such an instantaneous death that I couldn't
loved
even
it.
tell how he died with.
You heard him go
Thank God.
beep boo boo,
Yeah.
and then the death blossom kills the rest of the team. Oh my goodness.
Thanks for the kill feed, Blizzard, because without that, I would have been
Play of
like,
the game?
what?
Play of the game?
Most likely, yes, Josh. I think that will be most likely to play the game, guys.
Unless someone can top it, let's go for a hexakill. I didn't even know hexakill was a thing in the game until I tuned into Seagull's stream, and he's just hexakilling bots with Hanzo as practice.
So the attacking team is actually further forward than the defending team. They're kind of switching places a little bit, which is a little bit weird. We do have a Resurrection going to bring all of Team Liquid back up. They're fully healthy. None of them even with a chink in their arm yet. Dummy will go down, though, but still a nice amount of momentum behind the backs of Team Liquid as they will push forward
nice.
here.
That Deadeye, getting 1 kill with Deadeye is fine when it's Mercy. That's a good kill. That's worth. You can build that ult again. Mercy's going to have to take 20, 30 seconds to get back to her team.
They probably didn't realize how low Torque was in that last engagement.
They would have easily just turned on him. And that's the thing with this game. Health bars on enemies don't appear until you actually put a little damage in them. So they can run around with 1 health, and you may never know it. Earth Shatter actually available for JKW. I want to see the jumping slam dunk Earth Shatter hit like 5 people and just mayhem. That's,
you've seen
I
that
love
post
it.
on Reddit. We've talked about it before. It would be so cool if these these jumping Earth Shatters and these jumping beat drops did actually even more damage
or longer range,
or something like that. Would like to see that.
All right, so all the beat drop, actually the sound barrier here from the offensive Lucio, giving them a lot of extra HP, but it fades so quickly. AZK bursted down, Harblu falling for the defense. Offense actually looking strong here. Everyone's still in the fight.
Then Mesrar, if he can get 1 or 2 more swings, he
There's
actually
the offensive res.
Yeah, he actually will have his ultimate as well. A couple ultimates potentially up here in this next engagement for Team Liquid.
Deadeye available for Dummy, and getting that pick on Joe Meister should mean the end of it here. There's a charge in from Reinhardt, but they meet the challenge with the enemy Reinhardt.
Oh, this is a sneaky position. It's a sneaky position here for Dummy. He only gets 1, but AZK will get another, and the cart is so close. It's just 1.7 meters.
Defensive beat drop's going to give Harblu enough time to actually sink in a ton of damage. There's the die, but he gets shut down.
Still on it here, and the cart will
time.
finally push in.
Team Liquid getting another point on the board, currently 5-4. That time was not the best ever, but they did finish the map.
Yes. That last stretch was difficult for Team Liquid. They seem to be getting hung up
to hang his Mercy
towards the end of the map, and wow, it's not
memories.
actually the Reaper.
Not of McCree either. It wasn't Harblu. Oh my God, how is it not Harblu?
3 reses actually right there.
That's nothing.
Interesting, interesting.
And it was so early in the game too.
Yeah.
Oh well, Hardblue got robbed. I'm of the opinion, but Dehang bringing back fond memories from beta, where Dehang was getting play of the game as Mercy basically every time he played. Yeah. Definitely a good Mercy to watch if you are planning on being a support main, or if you're just wanting to play competitively. Supports and tanks are always in short supply, so keep that
the time
in mind.
is 8:08 set by Team Liquid there.
8:08.
Rather middling time. Certainly beatable for Gale Force.
That 8:08. All right. Boom, boom, boom. So there we see Liquid contemplating. They are going to flip sides here, so not a lot of time to discuss. No time to huddle up. They actually are going to go immediately onto defense. And 8:08, again, is basically a 10-minute map. So 8:08, pushing it pretty close there. They did set a time, though. That is going to give them a point on the board. Currently sitting at 5-4. And keep in mind, we have to go to a 5th map, so
Yeah,
it's
gotta
going to happen.
be Temple of
It's
Anubis
just
as well.
Who is going to come out with the advantage here moving into that final map?
It's a great question, Josh. I do not know the answer. Could be anyone's game, as Gale Force has plenty of time to make this happen here on Dorado. But they're going to have to play quite well to do it. Of course, Team Liquid, no slouches on defense.
And chat is just now seeing that Mercy play of the game. Harblue robbed.
Yeah, got a little bit robbed there. You know, actually, I just popped into my head for future tournaments. I wonder if there's a way that we could,
vote a play of the game?
Well, sure, that would be cool too.
Elect a play of the
but I
game?
was just thinking, like, man, if we could just shadow play on everyone's PC and just record everything.
Yeah, I talked to ESA guys about Shadow Play, and it
Yeah.
is a future consideration. I was wondering, since it spits out a highlight for every character,
Yeah.
give us a replay pack that's just highlights, and at least we have that, right? So
That'd
we
be
can
cool.
see Harblue's, we can relive Harblue's play, film it from get that full perspective of everybody's best plays across the game.
So beautiful,
Just
guys.
an idea, Blizzard. That's a freebie.
Some Blizzard people here in the audience. Shout outs to you guys for making one hell of a game that
Oh, yes.
we are all very, very entertained by. We've got
Yes.
39,500 people in the chat, and that is
So
so
close to
the
40K. Let's
We're
do
almost
it.
there. Woo.
Almost there. This is not even the last map of the lower final. We've got many more games to come, so please spread the word. Let's get a full chat. I know the chat is full already. Let's get even more people in the chat enjoying these awesome games. And here again, defense setting all the way back at the fountain so that they can just shoot down at that underpass. Payload has to go through there. There's no getting around it.
The pretty similar compositions. The main difference, though, is that Dummy is rocking the Junkrat, which I really, really like. I've been enjoying Junkrat play more and more. He's just so good at taking down Reinhardt shields, among other things, of course, but that the ability to take down a Reinhardt shield early is absolutely crucial in a lot of these fights.
Yeah, I'm totally stealing this. Like, Dummy and Rafa both throughout the tournament showing the great power of the damage amp Junkrat on defense and offense, actually. So, Junkrat players, keep that in mind. Mercy can be a best friend for you as well. Fanning into the Reinhardt shield, trying to break it down. Who will break first? Actually, defense Reinhardt shield breaks first, and Torque will go down as a result. But he does get the assist on JKW, the offensive Reinhardt.
Oh, I didn't even see the head that Zom just shot.
Yeah.
That's pretty damn good for Team Liquid to get a couple
Oh.
kills that early.
Pop the visor a little early.
Yeah.
Not keeping track of the deaths quite well enough, because now they really can just wait it out. It's very unlikely he's going to get any free shots.
Well, there's one.
Just right into the armor. Still looking, just in case. Now he's gonna. Actually, oh, we swapped. We swapped to the other sniper. I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
He teleported all the way over there. Widowmaker,
That was a
awesome
crazy
ability.
flank. My
Got
God.
Nicholas with the flank on off. No, I'm just kidding. Nicholas is obviously on offense. They do take out the tire before it can explode. Harblue, very good on the reflexes there as Reaper.
All right, Nicholas is going to go for a bit of a flank
Flanky
here, coming from the
flanker.
left-hand side, and will he be able to get
He's
any
looking for the
kills?
Widow.
Zoms
Not on
already
the arch.
knows he's there, though. Zoms had his sights already trained somewhere, actually.
Yeah, Zom's already on the fountain, and Nicholas was looking for him on the arch, so not going to find it. Oh, there's the snipe, and another. We got Zoms going off here for Team Liquid. They're happy to have him here at the Esports arena.
You got to love that dink sound for the headshots. When you hear multiple Widowmaker
love it.
dinks in a row, you
Tracer
know.
versus a tank,
Yeah.
and just tracking the face. Dink!
Yes.
That's great.
It's always fun.
Joe Meister falling as well. Oh my goodness. Zom's on fire with another ultimate already. After one engagement, he's got another Widowmaker visor.
Yeah, there he does. And a bit of an ultimate advantage here for Team Liquid. They now pop that the visor, so they're going to see everyone as they come in through the archway. And actually taking a look, we're going to have quite a few ultimates up for Gale Force as well. So we're about to see fireworks, Joshy.
Yes, ultimate's actually going off right now. High Noon comes out and does take out Zoms, that enemy sniper that's been so effective. Torque moving forward. Now there's Earth Shatters on both sides, but it looks like offense is coming out on top. You can see in that kill feed, everyone going down. Nicholas scoring a couple of kills, and the teleporter taken out in perfect timing. Right after wiping the team, they kill the teleporter. Liquid is definitely going to lose this checkpoint.
Yeah, absolutely. And this checkpoint done for now. As Gale Force
And
had a
time to
very
beat.
dominant push right there.
Time to beat is 8 minutes and 8 seconds. This is easily still on pace. It's going to come down to the very end point, most likely. We've got a Harblue with a Death Blossom. We'll see if he teleports up and tries to make the most of that, or if he's just going to, save it for when he's in the thick of things. Reaper, basically, those are his two options. Flank and get the drop, total surprise, or pop it when you're about to die, hope that you turn the tides.
All right, so the high ground has been taken by
Visor's
Team Liquid.
available. Good time, yeah, good time to use it here. Now they get a perfect vision of all the defense. They see the setup. Here's the flying shot. Can't quite line it up. That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
We saw it earlier. We did see a Widow kill on a Widow with a flying shot earlier on today.
It's actually not too uncommon with players of this skill level to see that kind of trick shot.
I want to practice it in training because it's hard. I can't. I still have
I've seen Dummy do it actually.
Look
quite
at
a few
this
times.
Torque immediately taken out with the headshot. Zoms looking for him again after the res, but he does get out of there unscathed. Dummy and Zoms and AZK holding up on defense, but the payload's still pushing. Zoms is trying to contest the payload as a Widow.
Shoot the toes. Shoot the toes.
Always shoot the feet. It does full damage, guys.
Yeah.
Chest or toe doesn't matter.
Okay,
Look at that, the
JKW in
SMG
danger.
kill.
So even though there was the Mercy heal, SMG is going to out DPS that.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, nice.
He can't get the shutdown though.
there.
Harblue stayed
Yeah.
behind the payload. He cannot shoot through that, can't damage it. So Harblue luckily getting all of his damage out. Unfortunately, they are going to wipe totally. They've got 3 minutes though. They're pretty close to the checkpoint. All they need is a really good kill on Zoms and some momentum, and I think they should be all right. But Earth Shatter is available for JKW. That big CC ultimate in combination with the 2 McCrees can get a lot of kills here.
Yeah, interested to see that Nicholas TJO has now switched over to McCree. So
We're in the
no
close
more,
quarters now.
Yeah, we're getting into the close quarters, but Zoms is still in a position to do tons of damage as Widowmaker, although here we are watching Torque do a lot of long-range work as McCree, so...
Yeah, Torque actually getting bounced out of flashbang range, unfortunately for him, but he is still standing and he's going to get the kill on Hang. Mercy's such a valuable target all the time. Defense falling like flies now. That's 4 dead for Liquid, and Gale Force continues to push. They are going to get the checkpoint. 4.5 minutes left, so essentially about 2.5 minutes here to try and beat Liquid's time.
Yeah, just about 2.5 minutes to get the actually get a lead moving into the final game of the
after being down at the beginning.
They are certainly potentially on track to make this happen, although this last stretch was where Team Liquid actually got stuck for a little while. So still plenty of time to make it happen.
High Noon coming out on both sides. Who will be the victor? No, both cancels. Third High Noon.
Enough High Noons, guys. Oh, AZK
Wow.
speed boosted off the ledge, and is going to take an easy kill after the flashbang.
Here's another Deadeye. Let's go for it. None on that one. Reinhardt's shield does its job. Flash over the shield, though, actually allows AZK to get a lot of damage in before falling. But the offense still moving. Harblue scoring a couple of kills there as Winston. They're going to push forward against the spawn, but there's only a couple of them actually on the cart, so they need to be careful. Torque does have the Deadeye to zone into the spawn, but you can see D.Va with the defensive matrix will eat that entire ultimate if he takes the shot too early. D.Va suit's exploding now. Liquid doing their best to just continue to contest. They have the Tracer and 2 Divas, but they're all going to fall. Huge triple kill from Nicholas.
Getting a triple, and that's all that Gale Force is going to need here. Potentially Zoms is going to zip around back and
Still
forth,
getting the heals
left
too.
and right, teleporting back into time
That
as well.
res.
So I spoke quite a bit too soon.
Hang with the money res.
We still have almost exactly 1 minute left for Gale Force to beat the time set by Team Liquid. Can they do it? It's really got to be this push, Josh.
Yeah, this is going to be the most important push for this series, actually, potentially. If they can't get that bonus point moving into Anubis, it's going to be very, very scary for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm loving our audience right now. They're chanting High Noon every time it happens, kind of reminding me of an FGC audience. Yes, Joshy. We're on the same wavelength here.
Esports now.
Yeah.
All right, GKW and Twerk all falling. AZK just mowing them down. 4 kills in 5 seconds again for AZK. There's the offensive res, though. This is their chance. They got about 30 seconds left here to beat that time.
Oh, Torque has to do a lot of
toes.
work.
He's shooting the toes. Look at that Torque getting 2 kills there on the back of the CC ultimate, that Earth Shatter. High Noon coming out and everyone's dead on
Are they going to do it?
They're so close
in
to
the last
beating
couple
it.
of
20
seconds.
seconds-ish.
All Team Liquid needs to do
No,
is delay for
AZK.
10,
Zoms.
15 more seconds, and they might have been able to do it here.
20 more seconds. I don't know if they're going to get it. It looks like everyone's standing on defense. This is over. D.Va, they're not going to get through. They're not going to get through Mercy, D.Va, and Reinhardt. So Team Liquid definitely getting the bonus point now. Incredible game, though. And their Gale Force still needs to finish the map. They need that point.
Gale Force absolutely needs to finish this map. Otherwise,
they have to do a full hold on Anubis.
Do a full hold on
Who's
Anubis.
going to get a full hold on Anubis?
Absolutely nobody. At this point, Anubis with...
It's a race, for sure.
It's got a wide open entrance to the second point. It didn't used to be that way, but Blizzard did change the map a bit, so it's quite easy now to get a full cap.
Suddenly, only 90 seconds left.
Yeah.
It goes from getting a bonus point to now we need an 8 point.
But they're getting the kills. Team Liquid
Yes.
dropping very quickly here in this last engagement, and Gale Force has nothing but momentum.
D.Va out of her suit, and the Earthshatter hits all 3. High Noon actually coming out as well. I think they're going to be able to get it here. Tracer trying to come in to contest, but she's so low on health. 150 is not anything to 4 members of the offense. Taking out the Mercy, though. Nicholas goes down while shooting at Mercy. Shake goes down. Zoms is saving the day here.
Okay, Zom's finally taken out, but that's maybe about enough time.
They are going to get the point.
All right, so they have collected the
Gale Force
points.
hangs on.
But moving into the final map, Team Liquid up 1.
6 to 5. So what this means, let's go through all the various iterations here for Anubis. Torque is going to get play of the game here as McCree. How many McCree play of the games have we had this series? All of them but one to hang, I think.
Yeah, we have to hang res.
It's high noon.
It is high noon.
It's high
You're right,
noon.
audience. It is high noon. And that's,
Oh, so brutal.
yeah, this was the moment that allowed them to cap the point.
Yeah. Well, that was the defense, actually, that kept Liquid on top in time-wise. That was AZK.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was Torque for a second.
Nah, he shot the heck out of him. AZK got that kill, scooped up all those
Scoop.
supports. Scoop,
As long as we're going FGC. Talk about the scoops.
we have hit 40,000 viewers on Twitch. Let's hear a round of applause in the chat. Or no, the other one.
The real life
audience.
chat. The real life chat.
Let's get a round of applause. 40,000, that's a great milestone here for this first live event. And you guys are here in person. How lucky are you compared to these 40,000 who have to watch from home? You're in person. You get to see all the players' reactions live. You're going to get all the benefit of meeting the players if you want to. They've been milling around all weekend. So you guys are the lucky few. All of you in chat, thank you so much for coming to watch here. Agents Rising at the Esports Arena.
I see them selecting Hollywood right now.
Were we wrong about Anubis?
Well, in the map ban phase,
The map ban had Anubis in
definitely
it.
had Anubis in it.
I was
unless,
excited.
Unless we like, I mean, I wouldn't put brain farts past us at this point.
Haven't we seen every payload map in the world by now? No.
Yeah, most of them.
Almost. All right. So if I'm sorry for building false hype. If we
Yeah.
are in fact going to Hollywood, that is totally on us. Wow, that's
Oh.
an interesting camera. Yeah, someone's walking around on stage there next to the camera. So we can see both teams here. This is do or die. This is game 5, and Liquid is up 1 point. So let's again go through this here. If Liquid does a full hold on defense, the series is over. Liquid wins. If Gale Force does a full hold on defense, I'm not sure who's defending first. Actually, this is going to be very important for our series. But essentially, every point is so important, and Gale Force being down. Actually, they have to do a full hold or do the map faster for a tie.
They have to do both.
If they do the map faster for a tie, we go to a 1-round King of the Hill sudden death
For a best of 5.
which would be insane.
I really want to see this,
Which
guys.
would be insane.
I actually want it all to come down to a single King of the Hill map.
Gale Force can either
All right.
full hold and complete the map and win the series, or set a faster time to go to the sudden death. Anything else, Liquid wins and moves on into our grand final, which will start at 10:30 p.m. Pacific.
You know what? I guess we must have misread that map ban. I don't know how we did that, but
Yeah.
guys, I apologize, and I also you can also be thankful.
You can also
maybe,
be thankful because
that perhaps
Anubis might not have been
Yeah.
our strongest showing for all these players that are so incredibly talented.
Yep. Apologies for that little snafu, guys. But here we are on Hollywood. We are still climbing in viewership super fast, guys. So thanks everyone who's tuning in, telling their friends. This is the first major North American LAN after the launch of Overwatch, the game that we know we're going to be playing for years and years to come. So thanks everyone who's tuned in and spread the word, spread the good word, I should say, about Overwatch Esports. It is here to stay, and I can't wait to be part of the future of this game. It's been super fun so far, Joshy, casting all those beta tournaments and the closed beta and the open beta throughout every phase so far. With all the balance changes, we're finally here. The game is finally out, and that is awesome as hell.
Speaking of balance changes and the game finally being out, are you surprised that they didn't roll any balance changes from open to launch?
You know, given the pace that they were coming, I thought we might see something.
I thought we would see something.
We
but
haven't really.
maybe-
Anyway, we're
maybe
getting into the game,
they
and
feel
let's
good about
talk
it.
a little bit about these hero lineups. Of course,
Defense,
Team Liquid on
Symmetra.
defense.
Symmetra is important here. We did see it actually win a game earlier in this tournament when Still Here was playing. They got a team wipe but forgot to kill the teleporter and then got rolled as a countered push. So that teleporter can be super duper important, especially here on the first point. Likely going to see Symmetra switch if point A is taken. But Gale Force is on attack here, so we know now that Gale Force has to set a time. If Team Liquid does a full hold, if they don't complete the map, the series is over.
All right, Nicholas had his eyes only for that Torbjorn. He went straight in, and Vonafil has a teleporter up in 30
Already?
seconds. 30 seconds.
That is a credit to good turret placement and good
Orbs.
orb throwing.
Yeah.
This actually is a great map for Symmetra because of the orb throwing. You've got 3 very narrow channels that you can just toss orbs all day, and you're probably going to hit something, or else they're not going to be able to ever reach the point.
Yeah. All right, that is actually, I don't know if I've seen a teleporter go up in just 30 seconds
Also,
before. That's kind of
notice the actual turret placement here on the point.
Yeah,
They're
so-
all up in the bushes because it's a little harder to actually see it.
tricky stuff. Symmetra is still pretty good,
Jump
even though
shot. Nothing going yet for Nicholas.
eats a little bit of damage himself.
Yeah.
Gonna regroup
Oh,
with
is that
the
a Widow?
team.
Pew!
Yeah. I didn't know Widows could fly.
Visor available already for defense. That's a great thing for them as Nicholas already used his and does not have access for a while. Vonafil down on the defense though, Symmetra going down. And since her ult is still at 0, we know that teleporter is still standing.
A nice denial of the high noon there by Zoms, and Zoms left with just a pixel, but still doing work there for his team. But now Gale Force with a strong advantage here on Hollywood on the first point.
That teleporter's
And,
down now.
big res though, bringing back 2 into the fray. Team Liquid not just down and out yet.
Hey, we were so focused on the Symmetra, we didn't even realize the Torb. The Torb coming into play now with the Molten Core. Dummy getting a lot of damage in, actually potentially saving the point here just with that turret damage and his shotgun blast. We got 200 scrap available. That's 150, 300 armor basically for his team just stored up there, now being distributed.
It's definitely easy to forget about the effect that armor does have.
Yeah, you can see it up in the top
If Gale
left there.
Force wants to push in aggressively, let's say with a Lucio speed boost, maybe even a sound barrier, that extra health can really change that fight 100%.
All right, Nicholas getting some damage amp love from his Mercy. Now needs the heals, yeah, as he took some damage. High Noon coming up for the defense behind the Reinhardt shield.
Oh, here
Beam
they
drop
come.
for the
Action-packed
offense.
moment here as both teams are clashing onto the point right now. Where
Torque
is
getting
that
a lot of damage in it.
turret?
He needs to kill this sniper. That would be a huge pickup. Zoms goes down. Damage amp from Shake on Mercy. They're picking off the Symmetra turrets now for even more ult charge. Those were very accurate shots on the Symmetra turrets.
I know that turrets don't
Teleporter.
move, but like that was
Yeah,
some
he was just
sick
like
aim.
Aim Boost is a website you can use to practice your aiming. But it looks like Mezer actually coming out from behind the offense clears the
3
point.
health, 3 HP.
3 HP, he clears the point.
Harblue's just gonna whack him in the face, get the kill.
He saved
but
the
Harblu
day.
does go down. At least he did take down JKW, so...
Heroes
Oh, never mind.
die.
Heroes never die, Ben.
Yeah, well, he forced out the resurrection from Dehang.
That
But
is
look at that, Dehang instantly already back to 25, 26, 30%, 35%
Oh, no.
ultimate.
There's only 100 seconds left in this tournament life. If they can't push this map, they lose.
Yeah.
They will be down 2 points. It'll be impossible to come back. This is all
Well,
it is. Torque has to keep this damage going. He got a good Deadeye there. He's moving forward here. Flashbang onto Junkrat. Should get the kill. No, the Flash didn't have enough bullets. He had already shot.
Oh,
he had already
that's what
shot 2
happened.
shots.
Okay. Yeah, scratching my head on that one for a second. Josh, though, you have enough experience in this
Oh yeah,
game to...
at failing at McCree. Yes, I certainly do.
I've never played McCree. Can I tell anyone that? I've never played McCree. I feel so much better after saying that.
It will be over in 1 minute if they can't make this happen. Harblu up to 100% for the next push, though, on the Zarya ult. Graviton Surge could be all they need to break through. Joe Meister also has that sound barrier available, so a Graviton Surge and a sound barrier certainly gonna help. Vonafil does have the teleporter up, though. They're gonna have to wipe them and find that TP or wipe them twice. Could be rough.
Okay.
Might even
Here
go into
we
overtime.
have this sound barrier is going to be used to engage in just a second here. With 35 seconds left, they have to make this push count big time, and sound barrier will be dropped in just a second, but it looks like they're going to try to flank from around the
Tyre gets
side.
taken out. JKW, good fire strike there to keep us alive.
Very clutch fire strike indeed. Harblu going to probably drop a Graviton Surge, but only captures
Only Mercy!
one.
And
it
no
does
follow-up.
nothing.
Oh, 2 attackers died there. Not good. Unfortunately, things are looking very, very bad for Gale Force here. Team
Big
Liquid.
reses on both sides, Josh.
Yeah, that's true. It's not over yet. We got Zoms up in free space, though, denying that Deadeye ult with the headshot. Now looking at the Mercy, not getting the shots just yet. That Mercy's dancing,
Wow.
juking and jiving, getting the Zarya shield, trying to stay alive. They have to contest. Overtime ticks down, even though they're so
That
close to the
is
point.
it.
And that is it. Team Liquid are going to be your victory champions, whatever. I wanted to
They're
say
going to
champions.
be the victory
they won.
champions.
They won the match.
They
Dang
won
it.
in the loser bracket final, which is going to put
Oh,
them...
look, McCree. Sorry.
It's going to put Of course, Team Liquid back into the grand finals. One more chance to try to take out Cloud9, who's been sitting there waiting for hours. Kind of forgot that they're even in the tournament because we haven't seen them for so long today as they qualified into the winner bracket a couple of hours ago now.
Cloud9's here, yeah. Oh, that's not good for Team Liquid.
Oh, that could be very bad, as of course Team Liquid did go down to Cloud9 earlier on in the day.
Look at
so
that.
They're going to have to
They're
come
so
together.
relieved they're shaking their own hands.